that music was kind of like refreshing, man. I'm like,
Man,
geez.
hey, listen, if I
I'm
get
like,
put
if
on
I,
hold, that's the type of music I want. If you're gonna put me on hold,
yeah,
let's play that music. Let's
I'm like, dear Lord, man, I almost want to just play that again for everyone. It's
all right,
like, man,
put 30 seconds. We'll do it live.
every time we go to break, we just play that.
And we'll be right back with the podcast.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Review Show. Yes, I am CDouble. My tag team partner, as always, Ladarius Brown, Mr. Laddie Daddy. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you, buddy?
And I'm making it, man. You know, it's we got scouting combine, we got wrestling going. This Saturday is the chamber, so we're going to be going over our picks, obviously. Um, so we'll discuss all the fun stuff. Um, and honestly, look, I know some people are dying to hear our thoughts about AEW, but quite honestly, really the only thing we could talk about would be, I think, the Hangman and MJF part. I thought that was really legit, but everything else, yeah, I wasn't feeling. And then I just got to ask, so why do we have to have Orange Cassidy go for a title match against Takeshita when Kenny beat Takeshita in the special show, and now he's like this final boss obstacle, but not Takeshita, who's the champ. We couldn't just do a simple thing. Oh, I don't know. Maybe a promo battle with these two. Maybe just built up.
So here's the thing. Run.
Yeah. Man, you made really good questions. I'm gonna ghost you now. Fly off. I'm gonna admit the last two rows haven't hit for me. I mean, I enjoyed the segment with CM Punk, Paul. Yep, we'll talk about that. And I enjoyed the final boss segment with Cody. Yeah, even was you ain't lying, John. For it to be weird, it was more than definite weird. All right, so let's just start it off. We're gonna start with SmackDown. SmackDown wasn't. I'm sorry, 3 hours of SmackDown. They got to do something. They need to, because it is dragging. It is really bad. I mean, what do you think on that, man?
Yeah, I under you know to be growing up, we were always used to wrestling being like at least 2 hours, like two
Yeah.
hours. Like if you do three, like dedicate an hour to a specific thing, like whether it's women's matches, whether it's if you're doing like a tournament, tournament matches,
Mm-hmm.
because if you're just gonna have nonsense, then 3 hours doesn't make any sense from a network standpoint. I understand it makes a lot of sense, advertising things like that, but for the wrestling fan, it kind of wanes after some point.
Oh yeah, and it's just when you do, it's like when you watch. I mean, it's like this. So SmackDown wasn't like they just announced their card, and I want to say it was around 11 o'clock. The Rock decides and says, "Be bold, be loud," and this was disruptive. And I'm going, okay, so we're gonna get the Rock. So the final boss was gonna show up. Obviously, surprise, the show got thrown out because obviously it showed. Um, yes, we had Louisiana Knight debut. R-Truth apparently forgot that his tag team partner was Knight, and it wasn't The Miz, although I thought that was funny. Uh, and yeah, and John's quoting The Rock here. Yes, we know about the soul. We're going to talk about it. Okay, I don't want championship. I want. Yeah, we got some information here that I think even The Rock didn't know about too. So, okay. I thought like the Liv and Bianca thing. I thought that was okay. Nothing too crazy. Because apparently that was a match that got cut anyway. So they did something to kind of still tease for the tag title match. And I'm gonna tell you, Monday Night Raw. I got to go here. The women stole the shows.
Yeah.
I thought the women really stood out. SmackDown, I felt bad for everybody on the show. because it just felt off. I don't know how you felt about it. It just, and even the Rock part. And let's just go into it because really that's what it's all about. So the Rock comes out, different style of his music, which was kind of cool. I was still a little thrown off by, but he announces that, oh yeah, NXT is on fire. We're actually gonna be talking more on NXT because that was a fun show to talk about. I mean, especially after what the fans got involved with in Cincinnati. I mean, and you know what? They have every right to say that. They actually watched a AEW show before, or a few of those people. But
That's what a wrestling show supposed to look like. Like,
I mean, they were hold on. They were very loud, unlike how it was in AEW. It was like a library over there. They were like, "No, we're not quiet. We're loud. We just didn't like the show." but no, I thought The Rock. Look, the WrestleMania announcement, cool. New Orleans, they're getting their third one. Big whoop. Look, I'm a Falcon fan. I can't deny the hate, but New Orleans is a really good spot, and I wouldn't be mad about going to New Orleans to see WrestleMania. I can't lie. I mean, that would be a pretty awesome party area to go to next year. Oh, I'm serious, man. I would love to party out down there. So, what did you think? I mean, about the whole announcement, what we were going to get, and were you ready for what we did get?
look, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, I know.
I'm, it's great for New Orleans to get another WrestleMania. Good for them. The last time the WrestleMania there, it wasn't terrible. It was pretty good. Depending who you ask. It's pretty good. So that was great. Now the back end of the show. Look, I love The Rock. Most people love The Rock, but here's the thing. He was the real tweener in that promo. He was acting like a real face, and all of a sudden he starts saying people, hey, knocking the syphilis out of people. And I'm like, bro. I'm like, what he didn't know what to be. It's like, because the final boss by nature is supposed to be a heel, but he still had fascist tendencies, but wasn't terrible. And look, let's just cut to the chase. Now, there's theories. Cody Rhodes comes, wanting his soul, and I'm just sitting there going, "What in the blue hell are we doing?" And it's like, "Oh, I don't want you. Like, I want your soul, sir."
Saying Chung.
It's like, I'm a champion. No, I don't want that. I want your soul. And I'm like, listen. If we get one of two things out of this, if we could, one's not likely to happen, one's very likely to happen. Like, I don't see Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania. I know people want it. I just don't see it. I don't see it personally. But we could get back the corporation concept, and people are debating, this, heel, whatever. He's looking for positive out of that promo because it wasn't terrible. It gave us context clues. And by the way, CM Punk said a lot of this to Cody Rhodes, I believe, last month.
Yeah,
like this was what's going to happen, and pretty much almost to a T, that's exactly what happened. Where The Rock, you're gonna want, people are going to try to come after you. You're, whatever. He was right on that. And then, to me, just Cody's in a position right now when we talk about Elimination Chamber, like, it makes it that more difficult who he's going to face.
Yeah.
Because it could literally be anybody in this match, and you wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
And for a multitude of reasons. But going back to the John says, I'm going to admit, I think The Rock was puffing Mary Jane before. Listen, if he was taking, I assume it's legal in Ohio, so I don't know the laws of Ohio.
They were in New
But
Orleans.
the New Orleans, excuse me. Man, I don't think it was legal there. I don't know. I'm thinking about NXT, but look, maybe he was, maybe he was, and if he was, my God. But
My God, he didn't pass.
Jesus, it was a mess. It's a lot to break down, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of good in it. If you kind of took bits and pieces, it's like The Rock just didn't know who to be, which is weird because he's The Rock. Like, is he the face or heel? Because he was like a real New Orleans, yeah. And then all of a sudden,
Sing
right?
along with the chant. I'm like,
And then like, whoa. And then he stopped and go, whoa. And I'm like,
New
bro,
Orleans, you sang with me anyway.
you just told him to sing. What do you do? It's like, damn it. It's like,
Ava, could you get your father? He's a little out of it.
Ava,
I don't
come
think
get you. Listen, Ava, come get
was
you.
waiting for Ava and Ricky to come out and talk to Dad.
Ava, come get your daddy, man. Come get your daddy. Because
Ricky come out. Who are you? I'm your son. I look just like you. You do.
yeah, what was it, about 17? What about 20? Oh boy.
Rock starts looking like Steve Harvey.
Yeah. I wrestled. Yeah.
I've been wrestling that about 20 years. How old are you again? And you strong? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Something we talked about back in the day. What's up, Ron?
What's up, Ron? Oh my God.
Whoever the rock dealer is,
Bro.
all I want to know.
Man,
that's more the mystery than what. Look, all right. So let's just put it like this: the fact the Rock showed up, and yes, we're now unpredictable. We don't know now. The ride is about to start. All right, that's the way I'm seeing it. I'm not going to grade this promo because if I had to, it'd be an F. Because it was the most. Hold on, it's an F because in storyline, nothing made sense. But if you want to just get on the ride and just ride it, it was entertaining. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he put the E in WWE. That's what happened.
Yeah, oh, definitely. All right, so we have now he brought up the moms, the daughters, everything. That's cool. Now here's the thing. So we all now know it's about the soul, or he's saying he wants the soul, not the belt, the soul. He wants Cody to be his champion. Well, folks, don't worry. I know y'all are kind of worried about this, but here's what's going to happen. Cody's going to play the replay of Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, where he tells Rock, well, technically, I am your champion. And Rock says, yes, you are my champion. But I don't think you should do that right now. Or maybe The Rock's going to be like, well, but I still need that soul, though. Okay, Shang Tsung. When did you get signed to the Mortal Kombat series? And are you going to go through the eye, or how do we do this? Because this is going to be kind of weird. I like the idea of a corporation, or I like the idea of Rock's version of that. But my God, it's like if you could, you know what? We got to give Cody this. He gives such a I'm confused, and what in the blue hell did I just walk into? Look, no one does it better than Cody. And he has that look where you just look and go, I just want to hug him. I feel so sorry. Come here, Cody. I know. The weird man just said something weird. Did he violate you? Yeah. Don't worry. Even Brandy did a heartbroken emoji. It's like, guys, he didn't do nothing to him. He just fucked his head up. Sorry. I was trying not to go.
Yeah, but man.
I'm like, between that, then we had the Street Profits laying out every tag team to the point that it was like, okay, here comes the Guns. Oh, they get beat up. Okay, so I guess the Profits are the number one tag team. Who knows? And I just want to go. You know what, SmackDown? I understand. My favorite part in all this was the humility of The Rock, because not just did you see The Rock and be confused by The Rock, you got Rock press conference. That's right. And if you thought the promo didn't make sense, pal, the press conference didn't either. Oh shoot, that couch attacked you out of nowhere. Uh, you need to not let those poles attack you at work like the couch just did. That's awful. That's awful, even though the couch didn't. That's all right. All right. So like I said, SmackDown, it was hard to watch. The whole Tiffany Stratton match with Candice was okay. You know, pop a boob out, but anyway. But I cannot handle Charlotte calling any matches. They cannot let the android loose. They need to stop. Did you not just hear how she talked?
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys. Let me tell you something, folks. I've been telling you guys for years. When I ranked the 4 horsewomen, my personal list.
Yes,
I've always put Charlotte Flair 4.
Yes, he does.
I have made that note. Listen, in terms of accolades and championships, yes, you could argue she's number 1. You know, the most decorated people. But folks, I put her. This was before whatever happened. Because here's the thing. Charlotte Flair operates better as a 100% full heel.
Yes.
The whole face thing, to me personally, there's just some people who just are not convincing enough for me to be either a face or a heel solely. Like, case in point, like Charlotte Flair it can't convince me to be a face. Her whole persona, it's about being a heel.
Yeah.
And then listen, I understand there's the heart, the story. Listen, the crowd's gotten better at it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They're like
Cleveland.
Cleveland out of the gate, like I said, that same day, Myles Garrett wanted to be traded. Like, hey man, your basketball team is the best team in the East. Forget that. Boo! It was like,
oh, you want us to feel sorry for you? Boo! We're Cleveland.
And it's like, it was rough. I'm just curious to see how sharp my hard. What? Excuse me, John. What?
My hard drive is now downloading.
Jesus Christ, John. Jesus.
She sounded just like that. I'm sorry. It looked like they were uploading files as she was sitting there.
Like, and people are like, "Oh, why do you put her at 4?" Like, remember when we did the preview?
Yep.
For what was it? For Royal Rumble.
Yep.
And I tried to tell you, people said my personal list, Charlotte Flair's 4. I got some boos, some thumbs down, but hey, if I have to be the heel when it comes to that, I absolutely will. Because I've been telling you folks for years.
Yeah.
Her personality fits better as a heel. Now she may want to be a face, and the way they're booking this, listen, let Tiffany be Tiffany, let Charlotte be Charlotte. That's all you got to do. Don't try to pigeonhole like, oh, one has to be a face and one has to be. Don't pigeon, because when you pigeonhole yourself that way, now you're forcing, someone has to force to do something they're not used to doing. Like Tiffany Stratton is acquiescent, she was a heel for the long. Now she's just getting into her face run. She's great at that. And then you got Charlotte, and it's like, I'm just gonna say this before I turn it back over to you. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna keep repeating it. The season commentary and the way she took my. You know what, John? I'll take that as a compliment, John. I will take that as. I will take it as a compliment. I'm upset. Yeah. We've got to the point that when we're comparing whether Nia or Charlotte's personality, I think we jumped the shark. We jumped the shark. Hey, who has more personality? Charlotte or Nia? Wait, is that a question? All right.
Hey, Rock, you want to answer this? Damn, Hana.
He got see empty glasses in the back. Nah, he's no good now. He's no good to us now. Put him in a limo back to his hotel.
He'll be walking out. I'm telling you, just wait. A couple of years from now, he'll be walking out with empty glasses and Terramana.
At least John said the criterion. Hey, at least she can talk.
Yeah, I mean, he's giving her 2 compliments. That's 2.
I don't know how to feel right now. But the point is, like I said, I've been telling people about Charlotte Flair's.
Yeah.
The way they have her now, I understand the story they're trying to push in the narrative, but just let these two be. Just let them be who they are.
Yeah.
And it sounds so simple and it sounds so basic, but like Charlotte, that's not Charlotte. Like Charlotte in the purest form, that's not Charlotte. And listen, I'm like, we got to do something, like, folks.
All right, number 1, I think this. I'm not going to say they need to make this a triple threat somehow, okay?
No,
because here's the problem: we need Tiffany to be more of a babyface now, or
yes,
have a different dimension to her character.
right.
Because right now it's still Tiffy, and we haven't seen anything to make us go. We need, she needs to give us a little bit more. All right.
Yeah.
It's nothing against anyone, but this is what's going to happen because Charlotte is going to get heat, and she's basically now running with. She's the heel. She's the evil, wicked stepmother. She's the grandmother that doesn't like the young daughter. Whatever narrative you want to put on this. But I'm just saying, you could push that agenda all you want. Don't let Charlotte talk for a little bit because she sounds like a robot. She really does. And until that upload is complete, I just don't want to hear it. I don't even think that's Charlotte right now. I still don't. I think that's an android. I really do. Yeah, I think Will Smith needs to, just come out and just check that out and save us real quick. You don't know, man. Andrade probably found out, and that's why he's gone. Andrade's like, "Ay, dos míos."
I got to go. Where are you going? I'll be right back. And he never came back.
Jose, you got the couch ready?
Jesus. John, Jesus. John said there is no way hell you can have Charbot beat Tiffany. Charbot doesn't need another championship. What? No. I want to touch on that really quickly.
Yeah, let's talk about that since we're talking about SmackDown.
My whole thing is this: I believe as much as I put Charlotte 4 out of 4 of the 4 horsewomen, and people say, "Oh, I give her flack." Well, listen, I said what I said, but I will give Charlotte credit here and say that she puts Tiffany Stratton over because there's a pattern into what the 4 horsewomen do. They're in the phases of their careers, not including Sasha Banks, who's somewhere else at the moment. But in terms of Becky,
got Thanos snapped.
But in terms of when we look at Becky and we look at Bayley and Charlotte, like we look at Bayley and Becky, they put people over. We've seen that. We've seen Becky put over countless people. Yeah. You hear the accounts in the locker room how she puts people over in that locker room.
No, Bayley's
even Bayley puts people over. Yeah. And Charlotte, I'm going to say Charlotte's the next one to do it. I think having Tiffany Stratton win at WrestleMania signifies knowing how Charlotte is great at WrestleMania. Having Tiffany Stratton win that match, I'm going to say Charlotte is going to be a great match, and I think Tiffany Stratton wins it because of the fact that I think it helps the profile of Tiffany Stratton and her title run.
Yeah,
that's a marquee win.
Won it just a month ago or so.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make any sense to take it off her anyway, and then B, she doesn't need. Here's the thing: some folks were worried about records. I'll put it this way: I always ask this question when people bring up championships. if Charlotte and John's absolutely right. She doesn't. Nobody wants to see it, but at some point she will break it.
Yeah,
I have no doubt about that. But in
she
this
will.
instance, yeah, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, Charlotte right now is a Hall of Famer.
Hmm.
Charlotte doesn't. A loss at WrestleMania is not going to hurt Charlotte Flair's legacy whatsoever. She can take the L, help build that women's champion. So I think you know, I think she wins. I think Tiffany Stratton wins and puts on a great match. They both put on a great match. So
Yeah,
I will
and
give Charlotte that benefit of the doubt.
yeah, I'll say this way real quick on this subject. I saw where there was barely any build for Rhea and Charlotte for WrestleMania 39.
Mm-hmm.
That match almost stole the show for everything.
Yeah,
Or it didn't almost, it did.
it
That
did.
was a heck of a match. And Rhea and Charlotte, and look, yeah, Charlotte was proud of that match. She should be. It was a hell of a match. So all I'm saying though is I think I don't want to see people I don't want to see Charlotte beat Tiffany Stratton. I don't like the idea of that. But I want to see what happens. Let's see here. The only time
Jesus.
Charlotte
Yeah.
has, and like I just talked about, I will say this again. She was not even involved in the pinfall though.
Yeah.
Becca and Ronda. That's a whole nother story. And like I said, I know I know myself. I hated that match. I thought that match did not do any of the three women justice.
I think it was the ending.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it's
the ending was
the
horrible.
ending. Like I say, I don't tell people how to feel, but
Mm.
the match wasn't terrible. But the ending probably left a sour taste in some people's mouth
Yeah.
because, and respectfully, and it's why people. I'll put it this way: it's why people feel the way that they do about Becky, as opposed to how they feel about Ronda and they feel about Charlotte. Because at the end of the day, that match, if that match didn't show you how great, Becky or like I'll give like I said, I'll give Charlotte credit.
Hmm.
Just begrudgingly. But that match was more about Ronda. Made people are like, oh, maybe Ronda's not as good as it wasn't to me. I understand where John's coming from that point of view, but I take it as that particular match. Exactly, and John makes my point. Becky put over Ronda. That was the narrative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point. It wasn't so much. It just proved that the people who keep saying like Becky Lynch to put people over, she did it. She first did it in that match. She put over
Yeah.
Ronda with
Hmm.
zero, and I say that's why I say with the four horsewomen. That's why I say Charlotte's the next one to put somebody over.
Yeah. And
So
yeah. And
yeah, go ahead.
I'm jumping with you by saying I saw her have great matches with Rhea. You know, and look, Becky has had a great match with Rhea. You know, being sick too, mind you. Bailey, there's really no debate when it comes to Bailey. She puts all that work in. Go and then all three of them went into NXT. They worked with the wrestlers down there. So that's what I like about all three. I'm just saying, booking wise, it'd be a wrong decision for Charlotte to beat Tiffany. Um, but I do want to see Tiffany step up more, or just the personality, or just add a dimension, something. But I think she could do it. I the ability in the ring, I'm very impressed with. She has impressed me with her face work lately as working face. So I thought that was good. Like I said, it wasn't real. Um, yeah. Let's see. I mean,
Yeah,
Charbot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was good. Yeah. I mean,
John's refusing to use real names. John's
no, no, no.
like,
I get it. I get it. Hey, that's John's style. We
yeah, that's
know.
what I'm saying. John's the type of guy. Hey, you want a nickname? Go to John. Like
Yeah,
he's not gonna.
John will
Never.
get you a nickname. Almost like what you call it? Oh God, I see his face, and he does it so much. Um, oh Lord, can't think of his name. He's from the eye test. He's my buddy. Oh, Mr. Harris, John Harris. There we go. He does the same thing. he'll just come out of the blue with some of these nicknames. I'm like, where did you pull that from? What area code did that hit? Um, so yeah, and I think let's talk about it. So we've got Monday Night Raw, and yeah, everyone was buzzing about Rock wanting Cody's soul, and it's just funny. Everyone's looking at him. Can't believe they want Cody's soul. Why would they want Cody? It's like I want to look and go. Y'all really think Rock's gonna come in here like sang sung and just summon the soul out of him? I mean, first of all, the Rock's been drinking probably.
Oh god, that's not good. That's
Uh-oh. He is Mortal Kombat. I thought it was
uh,
just DC he destroyed.
wait, what? Why is he dressed like Scorpion?
Oh my god. So we got Raw started off with Logan Paul. And thank God for CM Punk. He came out. Now, apparently Seth Rollins was supposed to be a part of this promo, but obviously they held him back for something else, which was probably the better choice. The other than we have now, the only storyline we have on Raw is the judge with the judge. I don't know about all that now. The Judgment Day. Judgment Day is becoming a broken family. Let's just be honest. Finn is more like the drunken dad. He doesn't want to admit to any mistakes. He's beating up on poor Dom. He doesn't love Carlito like he used to. He doesn't laugh at his jokes anymore. I think Cody. Okay. We set up a Cody heel run. I mean, we'll talk about that when we do our predictions. I think that'll be fair because, like I said, with Raw and everything, and like I said, I want to give a lot of the show to NXT because that was fun. So let's go. I mean, I gotta pull up our trusty results here that so we could talk about. What do you think about the promo between Logan Paul and CM Punk, though?
it was solid. I'm my what I will say about Logan Paul is doing his job.
Yeah.
If you hate Logan Paul, that's exactly what he wants out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And whether we want to believe it or not, we're going to have that discussion with Logan Paul being a world champion at some point. We're gonna, I'm not saying it's going to be this year or maybe next, but we're going to have that conversation because he's that. No matter how you feel about him on a personal level, like when you get banned from a whole country, that's not good. But
no, that's not good, boss.
That's not good at all. But
no,
to
boss.
me, so it just goes to show that how he is on the mic is very good, and more specifically, like having him in the ring with CM Punk, who to me, we can argue top 5 people I've seen on a microphone.
Yeah,
like who he can hang with pretty much anybody on the mic, and which says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, I enjoyed it, and listen, the way WrestleMania is shaping up, we don't know who's fighting what. All I know is CM Punk will be at WrestleMania. We just don't know in what capacity.
Yep, I agree. There's going to be a point where we find out what's happening. So, ooh, that's nice. Mm-hmm. Okay. I can't feel. I'm over here on the show. Oh, okay. Will do. Anyway. Don't worry, it's only a show that heard me.
Are you okay?
To quote Katie from New York, I think CM Punk catches favorite. Okay, and we get Cody versus CM Punk night 1. Like I said, we'll talk about all that. Corporate Cody Rhodes, but make him paranoid like Homelander.
Yeah,
I'm mad about that.
I mean, he's got the Homelander thing down pat.
Oh God, yes. I mean,
it's just if you put him in a corporate, like put him in a,
Hold on. First of all, if you make him a corporate champion, isn't he corporate already? Because he wears the suits. He's already.
Look, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm not going to say you're wrong because you're right. because when they say corporate, I'm like, this is the only guy I know who shows up in suits. Because when I think about it, I'm like, anybody else who comes out, it's a t-shirt.
Yes.
It's so I'm like, he's. I don't know how to espouse this, but I guess my point is that all we just need is just to put a twist of heel in it, and we're great.
Yeah,
Because he wears suits, he's corporate. Listen, Bill Gates never walked into a building wearing sweats. Okay, so
Bill Gates never walked into a building going, "Screw you."
Yeah. So
how about this, corporate Jacob Fatu? The man's
oh man.
Yes, Jacob Fatu. First of all,
he's gonna pull the Tony Atlas look with the sleeveless.
He'll have a no, I don't want. He'll have a tie on, all crooked and everything. Someone tries to fix it. He's like, "What you want?"
I am in the middle of a meeting. Hello, turn it up.
He's got these glasses on and everything.
I love you, Beijing. I'm like, this is going downhill fast.
But yet we're all watching, going,
"Oh wait." He's gonna wear a shirt and a jacket, sleeveless jacket. Oh.
So yes, to really be honest, Cody can play a corporate champion because he's already down this road.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe once or twice I've seen him come out in non-suits.
Yes,
like I would say at least 85% of the time my guy's wearing a suit, and I'm like, and so when I know he doesn't wear a suit, I'm like, I mean he's gonna fight. How do you know? Yeah. When he's not wearing a suit, he's gonna fight.
Oh yeah.
Because I barely remember like Saturday Night Main Event, he came out like before the show before. I'm like, oh my god! It's like you don't have to wear a suit all the time. Like Triple H comes out, he wears a suit, but he doesn't wear a tie. You like if the man who signs your checks is not, I'm like,
you're outdressing the leadership, people.
Right? That's never good. That's never good. Let's see. Devin says Cody's got to. Yeah.
Again and make us believe. Yes.
Oh man.
I love these comments. I love these.
This season of Homelander, Cody Rhodes, new hair, new attitude,
new do, new attitude.
You see Brandy? You see Brandy? What's wrong with you, Cody? I'm a corporate man. Cut. He was already. You know what? Forget it. Just.
Exactly. It's like you just look at Rock.
I'm like, it's like if you're telling me Fatu's going corporate, like, oh my god, I'd be shocked. But if you tell me Kevin Owens when he came out with that tie when he used to do his show, the KO show, like that was more corporate. Like that's he what's the bare minimum? A tie and a jacket. Say less.
Done. And he just walked in with sneakers still.
And Cody's coming with a pocket watch, dressing like he's an extra for Peaky Blinders.
So the nines.
He's like, bro, this is not Peaky Blinders, my guy. All he's missing was the cat. I'm like, what do you do? I agree. He does. He can sell.
Oh yeah. Cody is a great actor. He really is. Cody could grow a goatee.
Oh my god, Dre.
Oh my god. Now I need to see this. That would be horrible but funny at the same time.
I wouldn't be against it.
But okay, let's get back to Punk because Punk said something. I'm gonna quote JD brought this up. It almost felt like Punk wasn't looking at Logan Paul, but looking at MJF when he talked about being the devil. And all I'm saying is this. The more Punk talks, the more I want to see him in the main event of WrestleMania. So what do you think about, let's go back to that. But yeah, I find it so funny. Cody, we'll keep talking because Cody was there.
He's already corporate. And we're like,
yeah.
I'm like just dye
Are
his
you
hair.
really going to go corporate, Seth, of all people?
Like, listen, when he said that, I'm like, I'm like, Seth, you're making me look really bad right now, my guy. Listen,
Seth is in a raincoat. You couldn't even
Seth,
see his high heel shoes.
right? I'm like, are those high fashion galoshes you're wearing? Like, what do you do? It's not even raining outside. What do
They
you
had
do?
heels.
Oh my god!
It's like they had heels. I think the
I'm like,
devil
it's not.
lion. Yeah, it could be. It could have been.
It's not raining
Especially after
outside.
this
Why?
lawsuit that he's involved in.
High fashion. Oh my god! Like, let me just say this about my guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, Seth. You know I love you.
This is the intervention.
We gotta have a conversation because it's not about. It's like, yeah, the comment you made. Yeah, is that the fact that when you said, "Oh, don't go corporate," I'm like, time out. He's the only one. He wears suits. Seth, in all your fashion, I've never seen you wear a legitimate suit. Like back in the day, you did when you were with the authority. You wore suits. Like you come out in those nice suits and the nice custom
Yeah,
Armani
really nice
suits.
ones too.
But my guy, you can't. You're just now here playing. It's like you're on Saturday Night Live with all these costumes, my guy. It's
You
like
just
we're
go in
getting a
the
different
closet. I
character
like
every
that.
week. The wardrobe department's pissed because that's where the budget's going. It's going towards Seth.
Everybody
And
else
that's
has to
not.
get stuck with a shirt and and just trunks.
You see, Otis, what am I going to wear? Wear this one shirt too size, one shirt size too small.
Sorry,
Yeah, there you
Otis.
go.
Seth got the budget.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh my god. Dre said Cody could go from bleach blonde to silver fox.
Yeah.
You know, he could. Cody's the type of guy where he can pull. Listen, yeah, that's true, John. But even Becky,
Becky doesn't
like,
even get a chance to wear some of those clothes. That's the funny part.
if you look at how Becky dresses compared to her husband, I don't think that's all from Becky's closet because the only similarity is maybe the fabric that they wear, but for the designs themselves, that's all Seth. That's Seth using his money buying that, and has to probably take up closet space at the house where it's like, oh, we're divided evenly, and some of that stuff seeps over to Becky's side. Like, this isn't mine. Oh, sorry,
Just
babe,
wait.
that's mine.
Just wait till the kid gets older and she has friends, and the friends look at her and go, "Is your dad gay?" No, he just likes wearing those. Okay.
Burn it down. Down, down, down.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to Chuck E. Cheese, baby. Like, oh man, man, she's gonna
So yeah,
catch it.
Seth. If anyone's going to be labeled corporate,
Like, and the thing is, Steph, you were corporate. You wore suits. Like, oh,
some of us wish you could go back corporate.
we wish for the days where you wore the suits. Now, like, Jesus. You ever know when you complain about something like, oh man, that's terrible. But when you see something different, you're like, oh man, I wish for those days back again. And like that's what says like this man used to come out with his shirt and his gear and and now this man is out here, dressing like he's on Saks Fifth Avenue. Simply
like
goes and add water like winter soap. Yeah.
Well,
Anything related to comics or anything, Cody can pull it off.
and by the way, it's not. I don't think Cody wouldn't do it. I think Cody would.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. Y'all just need to realize Cody's that kind of dude. Simple. Seth was corporate.
He was smoking with the Rock.
Smoking with the Rock.
Listen, we don't know what he was smoking, but it wasn't cigarettes. I think it wasn't no menthol cigarettes. I'll tell you that.
It wasn't that tequila either.
It was the same stuff. It was the same stuff that Jey Uso almost got tempted to smoke
with Travis Scott. Rock's in the background with him. Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah. And the Rock move. That's the name of your song.
Do you smell what the Rock is snorting? Wait, what?
What? I know you hear. If you smell. If the Rock is cooking.
Now back to Logan Paul and CM Punk.
And that's your side. Jesus, man.
So look, I agree with you. Logan Paul's the type of guy. It's like this.
Well,
I
Jesus,
what?
Devin.
Oh,
If that's true, Devin, my God. Like Jesus, it's a top guy weekend. You see Conrad? I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, come on now, guys. We don't
Come on
talk
now,
about what
listen.
happened in my house.
Hey, listen, we were having sandwiches.
We had
Punch?
sandwiches. Yeah, you smoke some weed. Of course, we all
Listen,
smoke.
what was there a little bit of the green lettuce? Maybe there was. It's legal where I live.
I
And you
told
know,
Eric, I said, Eric, you can't bring that in here. I already got some. Look how fat I am.
hey Eric, you can't, that thing you do with them women on that show, you can't bring that here.
He can
Logan
talk.
Paul can talk to the mic. I can see him being in the
Look,
hunt.
look. He's already won the U.S. title. And I know people get fear of this. Logan Paul's a world heavyweight champ, like on the Raw side. I can see it happen.
Yeah, because
Wouldn't be a problem.
Because go back to his match when he faced Roman Reigns back in a Crown Jewel a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
But he showed then, like, he can hang. And he hung with Roman Reigns at that time where Roman Reigns was untouchable. But go back and look at that match. Like I said, whether you think about him personally is one thing, but you can't deny the work he's putting in to the craft. Because when guys like him come in, it's people like, oh well, he's committed to what he's doing and to get better. And what's up, Ryan? We got like button smash for one of the best shows in the game. Oh, right back at you.
What's up?
Right
Thank
back
you there,
at you.
Birdgage. Appreciate you.
Right
Ryan,
back at
the historian. Bringing back the old days of wrestling. He keeps sending me some great stuff from back in yonder day.
Send me some of that stuff too, Ryan.
Yeah, he sent me one with Ernie the Cat Ladd, and it's like he did this leg drop, and I went, if he would have dropped the leg drop like that on somebody, because he's like, who do you think did this leg drop better, Ernie or Hulk? And I went, well, first Hogan did it as like a just we all know it was
Hogan stealing from
great finisher.
Hogan
Ernie, he dropped everything on you.
Yeah, the leg, the foot, everything.
The booty,
he went, bam.
He went full throttle. He went bam.
Listen, I'm going to say this, and listen, it might get me. Listen, Hulk Hogan stealing from somebody like Ernie Ladd does not surprise me. To me, he's the Elvis Presley of wrestling. I'm going to leave it at that. Where
thank you very much.
It's like, oh, Elvis is a great singer. Whatever. Great. Listen, we have to understand. Listen, this may be controversial. We have to define singer and performer. Like, Hogan needs to stick to that beer. Could be see, John, that's like how you use Coca-Cola. You can put that in your toilet and clean it. That's real American beer.
I wouldn't even use it to try to wash my car.
Yeah. I mean, you washing your clothes with real beer from hard times. Man, you tell me, how much is that Hogan beer? $19.95. How much was a gallon of water? How much was 10 gallons of water? Exactly. Listen.
That beer got Solo Monster sick. I would not even taste it.
Let's ask that person who got hit with that real American beer.
The lady, she got like a head wound, and she's suing Hogan. I'm like, get him all for his work.
Hogan, that wasn't me, brother. Why does this say I'm coming for you on the top?
Was that how Steve Smith shouted out that lady? Sorry, had to. Sorry. All right.
The best part was the phone call. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, bro, do it.
I love that. No. My favorite part is I'm sorry. And the guy's talking.
Yeah.
And you hear Steve breathing.
Yeah.
And you're going.
He's like.
And then hangs up randomly. And I'm going.
First of all, if you're Steve, why would you answer the phone?
Yeah.
If someone's calling you random like that, and I'm gonna say it's the only thing I'm gonna say about this is this: if you know what you did to, what you cheating on, this man with his wife, you cheating on, you having an affair with his wife,
Yeah.
and you know what you did, why would you take the call from him? Because that's not good. Like, at the end of the day, listen, you don't need to be Scooby Doo to solve that mystery. That means he knows what you did. Why would you answer the phone? He knows what you did to his wife. Some things, listen, some things you can't listen. We can't even say on the show what that man. We can't even say it. That's how when you can't say when in a conversation when you can't say 80% of what they said in the text. That's not good.
No.
That means it's either a racist thing or a sexual thing.
And
You
we
either
don't
way,
talk.
you don't answer the phone when you know you were binging him on bing bonging that man's wife. And then you take the call. I know you did with my wife. And it's like, why would you answer the phone, Steve? Listen, you're a Hall of Fame. You're a Hall of Fame. What do you? Yeah, he did. Yeah, you know what, John? He did.
All right. Steve Smith didn't fear the husband. I agree to a point.
Yeah, I don't think it's nothing to do with. I see where Dre's coming. It's nothing to do with fear, but it's more to do with Steve knows what he did was wrong, and he couldn't come back to what the husband was saying. Like Steve Steve Smith
realizing this big problem. Oh, that means my wife's about to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what a fine pickle I got myself into.
Right, and that's why with Steve, like I said, it wasn't so much that it doesn't matter if he fears the husband or not. I understand where Dre's coming from.
Yeah.
But it's a matter, and I'll say this before we move on. It's like this: if you know what you did, and obviously your wife knows what she did, obviously, we're gonna go to that. So my thing is that Steve doesn't have to be afraid of the husband. Steve has to be afraid of the perception of him changes.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't so much that it isn't about he fearing the husband anymore. It's about the backlash he's going to get. And listen, when there's two, and I said this on other shows, I've said this on the morning show, I've said this in any situation, when there's two or more parties involved, more often than not, because there's situations where it can be one-sided, but more often than not, there's two or more people involved. I'm not putting it all on Steve.
Yep.
Because there's Steve, the husband, and the wife. So if you're Steve, why would you answer the call? That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Like, why would this man just call you random? Like, Hogan thought she was calling for random.
I'm sorry, that's great. Because he's talking about the chick. She probably wanted another beer.
Yeah.
Hold on. And then Hulk said,
I got you,
brother, I still got a cannon.
Listen, would you trust a man to throw you a beer who couldn't rip his shirt open on national television? No, brother. No, brother.
Oh my god.
Let me show you how.
I love the comments today. This has been fun. For the love of God, can we break up the Judgment Day? Can we please spin away from Judgment Day? Give me Demon Finn Balor. Well, the lunchbox is still there. We'll have to talk about that because that's coming up. Well, look, so there was a triple threat that involved Penta, Pete Dunne, and Ludwig Kaiser. Surprisingly, Ludwig got the win, but Penta did not suffer the loss, even though he lost the triple threat. But what did you think about that? And then we'll go on to what the next funny segment that happened, which just made me laugh. But I want to talk about that part.
Listen, Penta put on a show in that match. All three of them did, but Penta put on an absolute show. And Kaiser getting the win, interesting. I don't mind it. I'm not upset at it. But it just goes to show you that the way they're booking Penta has been pretty much spot on. Mm-hmm. And it goes to show you that booking is not an exact science. You can easily get it right, but you can get it wrong. But the way Paul is booking Penta specifically, you feel that, okay, he's kind of, and in a way, he's putting him in the IC title picture in the way that we feel about Ludwig Kaiser being in the IC. Oh no, John.
He's not stale. It's Penta. Oh, John.
No, is John waiting for? I think John's waiting for Ray Phoenix to show. I think that's what it is.
He's
But
not stale. No. I mean, let's just keep watching. That's what I say. But go ahead.
Yeah. But no, but just to put a button on it, I personally like the way he's been booked so far. Listen, being, kind of like the last, lasting as long as he did in the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting that buzz, and that's how you build. And he's doing and like I said, he's being built the right way. And Kaiser's a guy. Listen, the IC title. I can't wait for whatever match we get at Mania.
Oh man,
because you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong, and that's why I say, let's see how this elimination chamber works out, because we may low key get a situation where we may get we're going to get other matches, but I'm looking forward to see how they progress on with Penta, because that guy, the way they're building him, like, I wouldn't be shocked if he comes away with the title at some point this year. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever.
Gotcha. It's not a tag team just yet. They haven't really formed because
I know what he's saying. So he's saying that Penta's been feuding with Butch, aka Pete Dunne, and Kaiser was in a tag team that went nowhere. I wouldn't say necessarily went nowhere. They made progressions, but I'll say this: I understand where John's coming from, but what I will say is this: when they make tag teams, one's going to be the bigger star, and to me, that theory goes back to the Rockers, where everybody says that Shawn Michaels is going to be the star, and Jannetty is Jannetty. So
that's the truth.
So when these tag teams are built, and you kind of see it low key with the Street Profits, you saw that Montez Ford looked like a guy who was poised for a singles run, and they just didn't go that direction with it. And there's no disrespect to Angelo Dawkins, but when they build these tag teams, they build one to be the single star somewhere down the road. So, and like I said, even when you look at the women's tag teams, I go back to the Iconics. They wanted Peyton Royce to be the single star, and they didn't know what to do with Billy Kay. So I understand where John's coming from, but with Kaiser and Vinci, Kaiser was always going to be the guy to get the push. No disrespect to Vinci, that's why they tried to repackage him, and it just didn't work. So, but the way that his match has been going fine. I think Pitt is set for something bigger down the road. So
yeah. And I don't think these guys are going to get lost in the sauce. But we're going to talk about some stuff also on that. Jamie, all right, says, look, Jackie Redmond is on the stands in the platform area where they do the interviews. I love this. She calls out Rhea Ripley. So for 5 seconds, you heard Rhea Ripley's music, and that was it. And then she's just right there.
Cut it.
You didn't even get all that. And I'm just going.
I went a couple seconds too far.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even get my boom. This is my it's like I appreciate it. Look, I thought the interviews were good because then Io was there and talking about they've never Rhea has never beaten Io, so this will be something to bring up. I'm looking forward to the match. I thought the match was good. Then we go. So that was that. I just thought that that moment of it's Rhea Ripley, and I hear the music. I'm like, oh, okay, it must take a little bit for her to get there. No, she's right there. I'm like, wow. So yeah, New Day actually gets a win against the LWO, and are we getting wondering if they're getting stale on New Day, or is it just we just need to be patient? What are you thinking, bro?
Yeah, that's
you're talking.
That's a great question.
And I agree.
And Dre makes up a good point about the Street I think if you're giving them this heel thing, they could up the value there with the entrance. And John Lyra, I'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I like that. That was
I,
not a bad idea, but yeah,
to
let's
me,
talk.
that you go that if you're not doing Becky versus Lyra, I would be okay with that as Plan B. That would not be terrible.
Yeah.
Now going back, I don't think that they're giving up on the New Day. It's just what's left. Like, okay, they've been going at it with the LWO Rey Mysterio for how long? And at some point, like you give them this new music, so they're invested.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, are we the fans going to stay invested? Me personally, I want to I want to see it work because Kofi is fantastic. Woods is fantastic. I want it to work. They're doing great heel work, but if this, if you're leaning toward this and Biggie makes a big return at WrestleMania, then this heel turn would be worth something because something has to happen with them and Big E. So, in my estimation, so I think there's a belief in them. We just have to kind of wait and see. And people don't like hearing that. It's not a cop out, but I want to see where they go because, listen, we're pushing toward WrestleMania, and I think they might have plans for. Listen, having 2 nights is the best thing that they've ever done because now we could see them at WrestleMania. But will it be Big E bring back a mystery partner or something?
Or Rey Mysterio and a mystery partner, yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
And it will be the Luchador E.
And we'll be right back. Hit that music again. No.
El Grando E. That would, what, Big E would do that just to mess with someone.
Yeah.
We will answer the dream match scenario later. Because
that's a great question. Oh, shout out to Sports PSP.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Excellent question.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring it because I actually like that question. New Day needs to change the name. They need to lean into. Okay, they claim. Oh, I know what you're talking that with the Dragon Ball Z. No, I gotcha. Okay, I'm with Ladarius. What we doing with New Day? I don't get me wrong. I like the heels, but where are we going? Don't have that.
Yeah.
Casas and the War Raiders.
Yeah. And listen. And for the record, for Dragon Ball Z, Krillin is a very underrated character.
Yes, he's a pimp.
Yeah,
I like to say.
Listen, his fight game,
yeah,
but
fight game.
Listen, his hit the words. Look at his wife. I'm like, whoa. It's like the SNL skit with this dorky guy had. He was with Margot Robbie, and then he was with Jennifer, and the guy was like, "You're married to, like, is he sick or something, or does he have a lot of money?" If I find that, I'll send you that one because there's like multiple skits with that situation. That reminds me of Krillin, but
that's so true actually because I remember watching Dragon Ball Z and always noticed that about Krillin. So yeah, I think with New Day, if you don't have something interesting, then just pick them with the tag titles, put the belts on, because at least then they could do something more.
Yeah.
Especially after Xavier Ward wore the John Moxley shirt on in front of everybody afterwards. I mean, that he wore the White Combat Clan shirt. I was stunned. I was like, wow.
Come on, we can't say that, Dre. We can't say Jesus, Dre.
Oh Lord, no!
Listen, in the show where we talked about Steve Smith, we can't be doing that.
Yeah. We can't do that because
like, is it hilarious?
WWE is really embracing TNA legends. They had Adam Pac-Man Jones, who likes the stripper club, live in audience. I know Dave Meltzer might be upset about that on his.
What was his name again? Quavo or
Quavo, Barmo, Pop, Payman, Pinkman. I don't know who that is.
Travis Scott, is that a guy? That guy, I have a guy named who delivers my mail. That's not the same guy, dude.
And then, of course, we got Gunther. All right, first of all, for those who think Gunther is going to get buried or is not going to be able to make this match actually happen with Jay, y'all need to stop. This man calls out the most vicious, most athletic human being ever in the roster. Okay, I lied. Akira Tozawa, he called out. But either way, and basically wanted a match because he saw him doing TikTok dances. So just remember, folks, if you're doing TikTok dances, don't you dare let Gunther see you. If you do, cut it, or you're going to get your butt beat.
What's up, Chris? A1.
What's up, Chris? So yeah, Gunther just beats the ever living piss out of Tozawa, and then finally, he just ragdolled that boy.
Does that look good for like 10 seconds? He looked great.
Yeah, he did. But those 10 seconds was fleeting, and next thing you know, he's like, I can see my house from here.
I wash my car.
And of course, we end up getting Jay coming out to help after he choked out, he choked out Tozawa, choked out Otis. So then Jay had to come in there, and they separated, and then Jay got to celebrate. I'm gonna tell you, you need to watch this whole when they do this yeeting thing. I'm waiting for Gunther to attack McAfee because that needs to happen. If this keeps going on,
that sounds personal.
It sounds very personal, especially after he made fun of Michael Cole in his tight shirt. I did not appreciate that. I have been in that situation. The last thing you want someone to point out is the puffiness of the shirt.
I mean, he's getting paid very well. I mean,
yeah,
he could have got a better shirt.
Like that? I wouldn't throw you like that.
I know you wouldn't, but
well,
I would do that.
A quick thing for everyone. You wear something, you wear a shirt, and then you unbutton the button shirt so that you don't have that issue. So there you go. Gunther beats him because I took Gunther's last cupcake and catering. First of all, you see how spelt Gunther is? I don't know if that man has eaten a cupcake in those years. He's gotten in shape.
Old Walter? Yes. Gunther?
Yes. Old school Walter? Yes. His brother Walter would have killed. But Gunther? No, I don't think he even knows what a cake looks like. I mean, So let's see. We got. All right. Let's talk about it. So the women's Intercontinental title. This match had a little bit of a bumpy start at first. And well, that was a fashion lesson.
Oh, wait. And that was Fashion Lessons with CDouble, sponsored by Men's Warehouse. Men's Warehouse? Men's
great.
Two for $30 shirts. Use the coupon CDouble. Use the coupon CDouble for 10% off your next purchase. Then that's Fashion Lessons with CDouble. Now back to the show.
Have Tim Gunn going. He just looks fabulous. He looks fabulous. He's amazing.
Your friend Ladarius is over at catering. You're looking good, man.
Thank you.
Looking real good. Hey, what more of these finger sandwiches at? I got some big ass fingers.
I love you, C-Dub.
Look at my fingers. Look how big they are. They're not finger sandwiches. Those are thumb sandwiches. Those are pinky sandwiches. I want fingers. This is false advertisement.
Feed him. Oh, man. But yeah, so this match started getting good after that crazy vertical suplex that Lyra did.
Yeah.
Killed me watching it because of my back.
Yeah.
But my God, it was a good move. And they got into it. The fans started going, this is awesome. Here's my thing. I was not looking forward to this match at first. I kind of was just like, they kind of dropped the ball a little bit. But they are talented enough to get you hooked in. This is more WWE than anything else. You got to give time to these mid carders. You cannot. It's like this, Hunter. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but watch NXT for God's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
It may fail, but you know what? Or it may look bad, but the women are getting their personas over. They're getting people to believe in them and like them, whether good or bad. You need to do the same for these women because I thought Dakota Kai looked great. I
Yeah.
hope she gets an opportunity to win the title. Maybe not right now, or if we don't get a something with Becky, then you know what, Dakota and what you call it, Ivory and Lyra, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
But you got to give these women some time because here's the thing: you don't want these NXT women that come up to feel like not only are they going to come up, but they're going to take over. But here's the thing: what if they have to stick in the mid card? You want to make sure they get the attention too and that
Yeah.
look. So build what you have now. I get it. It may not be that great right now, but you gotta. This is you guys' problem. Hearing about the women having some issues about how they've been booked or frustrations, I can see why.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think about that and the match?
Well, I'll address the situation, but as far as the
Yeah,
match, listen, had a bumpy start, but here's the thing: Dakota can absolutely go. And
yeah,
like I said,
yeah.
I'm gonna do a callback to my article, shameless plug,
No
where
problem. You know you can do that.
I put her as one of the people who I thought was gonna win the IC, because if you look at her career, and if you tell people like when she for all the success she had at NXT, never had a singles title. But if you look at the NXT when she was there, you kind of understand why. Because
Hmm.
we got to think about it. They didn't. If they would have had a women's North American title back then, she'd have definitely had that title. Had they had it when she was down at NXT, but the match was great. It took a little while. Like that suplex kind of got me there, and but it's like both of them can go. And to me, and it ties into my point. The biggest complaint that I have is to your point. It's the timing. I don't think the booking is terrible. It's the time you're giving them is terrible.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, if you let them absolutely cook, you can solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And I just think the issue is that when you started building up this women's division, you have enough space. And this is where I go to SmackDown, when
Hmm.
we talked about SmackDown earlier.
Oh God,
If you
yes.
if you dedicate an hour to women's matches, you're going to see the complaint level drop because this is something. Because at the end of the day, you can't ignore the talent on this women's division from top to bottom.
Oh
Like,
no.
like we'll talk about NXT, in a bit, but how you book, how it's the time you give them. It's like if you're not giving them the time to, like you say, put their stuff over, but more importantly, if you're not giving them the time to build the rapport with the fans, this is where the complaints come in.
Yeah.
And I understand where they're coming from
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, matches like Lyra versus Dakota were great. But imagine if you gave them like the country song 5 more minutes. Like
Yeah.
imagine if you gave them 5 more minutes, how even better it would have been.
Yeah.
So
Just a
I
little
think,
effort into it.
and given that Raw's on Netflix, there's no excuse where you can give an extra 5 minutes. It's not
Yeah.
gonna go. It's like it's you still can be in that 2.5 hour window, and everyone goes home happy. So those are my thoughts. I see John says I have another good idea. After Roxanne has her match with Bailey, give me heel Roxanne versus I don't know. If you do it the right way,
I mean, if you
I
do it the right way, yes, but
yeah,
like let Roxanne and Bailey feud more after Mania,
give me
so that
because
you
that
give
yeah,
Lyra an opportunity to be the champ a little longer, and then what? Maybe Money in the Bank, or maybe the event before that, she
yeah,
could drop the belt to Roxanne. Because I will always say a heel champion is better than a face champion
yes.
because the money's in
And,
the check, no matter what.
because listen, if you don't believe it, ask Roman Reigns. If you don't
Yeah,
believe it, if you don't believe it, like
I mean,
people are
ask
like
Roxanne. She made
Roxanne,
that
yeah,
women's title even more
yeah,
valuable.
yeah. And not only that. it was when Roxanne made the turn, because I said at the time, if you make Roxanne a heel, because that face stuff wears off quicker than the heel stuff does.
Yeah.
Like you can only like here's the thing. We saw with Bailey. Like Bailey was a face for the majority part of her career. And then when damage control happened, my goodness. Look how it changed the game.
Oh yeah.
And like even with like and that's why I say with Charlotte Flair. People gets mad. Listen, she's still number 4 on the list. That's not going to change.
Yeah.
But Charlotte as a heel drives money.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
It absolutely does. So I agree with you on that. And listen, the only outlier potentially to that is John Cena.
Yeah.
That's it. Like John Cena as a champion,
company thing that did that too.
Yeah. So a face John Cena is the only face that can really when we look at it from that perspective, makes a lot of sense. So, and he says the reason why I say give me a baby face no versus a heel. What I will say about this is that I think WWE. I don't mean to jump the ship here, but to me, it's just what I talked about earlier. I think at some point you gotta turn Naomi. At some point, because I understand like she's a great baby face. Do not get me wrong, but like I remember Bianca said in an interview, she wouldn't mind going heel. And folks, I'm going to keep telling people this. She was a heel at NXT.
Oh, I'm going to keep saying what I said. She's going to be the heel.
Exactly. So that's what it makes it. Folks, she was the heel at NXT. So her going heel makes it going heel. Listen, why do you think we keep pushing Cody to be heel? You can balance out face and heels if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
Because listen, they literally took Tiffany Stratton, who was a all-time heel at NXT. Boom. They basically here the playbook was this. CDouble. The playbook for Tiffany Stratton was the Bianca Belair playbook.
Yeah.
But at some point they called Tiffany Stratton up, bless you. But the difference is they let her be a heel for a while.
Yeah.
And when they put in the storyline with Nia, another heel, and then you started seeing little hints and pieces of the face turn. But with Bianca, they did the 180. And I would ideally love to see Naomi as a heel at some point. And then John says if this storyline doesn't conclude around Jade, no, it's gonna wrap up around Jade because listen, we keep trying to tell folks, it has to be Bianca.
Yeah.
Why? Because you know who's running it? You know who's booking this? It's the guy who pulled off arguably the same thing with his best friend.
Well, the best one he has. When you look at heel turns and Ultimate Whodunits, Triple H owns the playbook.
He literally, I could argue, he wrote the playbook.
Yeah, and he ain't done it once. He's done it more. That's the problem. That's the greatness.
He wrote the playbook on it. So that's why if you follow the direction of the similarities, where like there was a couple of red herrings, like Liv Morgan and Raquel, they're the red herrings in this. Just like they were red herrings with who attacked HBK.
Yep.
The money, listen, if Bianca is not the one who attacked Jade, cool, but she has to at least be the mastermind.
Yes.
Because if this, I'll put it this way, CDouble, and I don't want to take up too much time, and I'll say it like this: if this storyline does not revolve around the fact of Bianca either being the perpetrator or the mastermind, then what are we doing? Exactly. What have we been doing for the last 4 months? What have we been doing? Because it shouldn't end because, like, folks, like, I did it for the Bianca. Oh my God, Devin, you're
Yes,
done.
yes, I want
Oh,
that so badly in the storyline.
if Naomi, I did it for the Bianca. Oh my
Bianca,
God, I'll be so.
I will pop, and
And then,
Rikishi needs to come out and clap, slow
and you
clap.
see Rikishi. Hey, that's my daughter-in-law right there.
Looking at Jim, you see that?
you,
That's
you
what I want.
you see Rikishi with a microphone. What? Everyone's taking a microphone. Who do you think taught her to do it? It was the key.
See
Because
ya.
listen, the
As he
way
drives.
I did it for The Rock, who by the way is the corporate man around here, I did it, and she did it for her friend.
And we want the corporate champion. You do know that Cody is the corporate champion, not your son.
You know, Cody's the best dressed guy. Like Seth Rollins has the fashion award. Like, if you're gonna make a corporate guy, for God, put Seth back in a suit because. Listen, Seth Rollins is my guy, but he's got to be running out of clothes at some point.
Dude,
Like
at this point, they just are getting clothes for no reason.
it's like, it's some of Bianca, it's some of Becky's clothes. Sure, but a lot of that may be Seth. Yeah. I think we don't sleep on Seth's fashion budget, because if they do if they back in the day they did MTV Cribs and they look inside that house, I guarantee you.
Yeah. Like Becky's like, I thought you didn't even have that. Ha!
I bought it when I was in Philly, baby. Sequins to the nines, baby. Oh man.
That outfit he wore at WrestleMania, the night 2 one, I was like, damn.
I'm like, you see the wardrobe budget? Why 7% dedicated to Seth? I think you know why. I think
you know he wanted a whole parade, right?
Yeah. But we had to make concessions.
So we asked Rhea if it would be okay if her band would come out and sing.
Yeah. I mean, we had pyro and stuff, but we said, can they just sing a cappella or something? Or what about the piano?
Could you imagine an a cappella performance with pyro?
Ooh, boom.
We have lost control of the show. All right. So we had Dirty Dom versus Braun Breaker in a match where all I can say is this. I am a fan of Dominic. He's having an argument with his dad, Finn. Finn doesn't want to be a dad anymore to him, apparently. Doesn't want him to take over the business. Carlito is confused. He was happy to see a yellow apple. But the match itself was hilarious. So the question, are we going to see Finn versus Dom, or are we maybe seeing Braun maybe a future member of Judgment Day? Are we seeing maybe Braun defending Granny Smith? Where is it, Dan? Where is it at? Oh my God, that was great. That's great. Yeah, I have a feel. So it's like and I here's what I'm going to propose for the Intercontinental title, because everyone's like, oh, I don't want to see all these people fighting for it. All right, you know what? WrestleMania is a 2-night show, right? Night 1, Penta versus Kaiser versus Sheamus versus Styles and throw in Dominic for hell of it. The winner faces Braun the next night at WrestleMania at night 2 for the Intercontinental title. I could see something. They need to do something like that. I like using the 2-night format for something like that.
Yeah.
And look, I'm intrigued with all the people that Braun Breaker is interacting with. First it was Penta, then it was AJ. Now Logan and AJ are interacting. This is going to become one of those, how are we going to connect everything? I like the idea. And my thing is, I would like to use I like the idea of maybe possibly Finn looking, going, all right, I don't want to add someone in, but you know what? That Braun Breaker, it would be a good idea. If not, you do what you can. Or you just call it the 420 ladder match. The RVD special referee.
Jesus.
You know what, guys? And we forgot that WrestleMania is at 420. We're gonna see Finn versus Alistair for who leads just. My only problem is Alistair probably wants to be on SmackDown with his wife, but I would be all for it. I would. Hold on. You know what would make me happier if they released Buddy Matthews and let Buddy and Alistair run Judgment Day. Then I'm all in. Let's go. Kick Carlito out if you have to. What's up, Craig?
Come on. How you doing, Craig? How you doing, buddy?
Keep Dominic in the group too, because you got Brody King as the muscle, you got Dominic as the stash. That's more powerful than a muscle. I'm just saying. I mean, that's what I was told by great legends. So, but yeah, so Dominic lost by a disqualification. The guys showed up. I love the chair shot. Did that not make you feel like you were watching Randy Orton and CM Punk vibes?
Yeah, you definitely. I'm not mad at it. I want to be where. Listen, yeah, I want to be with you everywhere.
Talk about another wardrobe. She's amazing. I ain't gonna lie, man. There ain't nothing. I'm not doing it. I'm just being respectful.
I haven't said a word. I haven't.
Yeah. I will tell you this. They need to play into her anime and cosplay abilities because that would get the crowd to connect even more with her. Or embrace it because she almost like Seth Rollins is. Let her do that. Let that be her thing. Because my God, does she do a good job with it?
Yeah, when she does it, it's like it pulls off to perfection. Even when Jade Cargill was doing it at AEW, when she was leaning, when you let wrestlers lean into their personalities, it works for everybody. So, I'm with you on that. It just works for everybody.
Cody Rhodes comes out to talk to the fans, and I know I'm skipping some things, but I really want to talk about NXT. I thought that was such a good show, folks. But I gotta go here, man. Cody comes out. Cody has the perfect I'm about to cry face. He just does. It doesn't matter who it is, how it looks. He's gonna, it's almost like you could play In the Arms of an Angel by Sarah, and you could put him in there, and you would end up wanting to give. Let's see. If it isn't Aleister Black to lead Judgment Day, about Penta leading Judgment Day, because who else? A new member, and it's either beaten. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about Penta, but here's the thing. I don't think they want to make Penta heel just yet. They're having a good. I know some people are saying he's getting stale, John, but we're not picking on anybody, John. So we're just saying the fan reaction to Penta is good. It's strong. I want to see what all's going to happen. I have a feeling they have a plan for him at Mania, and I want to actually see it get pulled out and how they're going to do it. Let's see here. So yeah, Cody comes out, he's talking about WrestleMania and talking about The Rock's offer and talking about how this is more than one family decision, aka there's more people to talk about. Oh yeah, Jay, you know what? You're right. I don't know. Jay has that cry face pretty good too. And anybody who's in a promo with John Cena will get cry face. We all know that. Even The Rock has had it. God, I'll never forget. I don't have to have it written on my wrist. Oh my God, no, you didn't. So, and basically talking about The Rock's offer about a soul. And I almost felt like The Undertaker was going to show up and be like, I heard someone's going to give a soul. But no, he's betrayed and went to that Jesus fella. And now he's a trainer at LFG. Such a softie.
Wait a minute. Bubba Ray? No.
Bubba Ray is a hard ass dude. I love him. But no, then of course burn it down, and we get Red Man to come out. Look, Seth. And I love it. Seth was meaning business, but my God, that outfit. And my favorite thing is he's getting mad about this whole offer and everything, and he's like, a corporate champion? Why would you want to be a corporate champ? And when he said it, it didn't hit me until like later that night, and I went, Cody is a corporate champion. I mean, the man wears suits. The man is
I'm
always.
like, if anything, he's the more professional guy here. You guys come out here in your.
How? Why would he ask you? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I show up to work. I don't know. Maybe I'm not hurt all the time. Maybe I'm not covered in tattoos, Phil. I just have
come on, guys. Come on, guys. This is who I am. This is who I am.
The Kool-Aid Man comes out. He
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what Seth was.
Yeah. I almost made Kool-Aid after that. I'm not going to lie. I saw my picture. I'm like,
Seth Rollins needs to come out and just call himself the Macho Man, Seth Rollins. Because you know what? He's taking that. He's taking it. Seth brings back the J&J. Dude. Okay, look. I was not going to give Seth an opportunity to, sell his soul to the Rock. But if you're telling me I could get J&J security back, oh, it needs to happen. I'm sold. Put all the belts on him then. Look, if Jamie Noble's in any scene, if you hear his voice, 5-star product right there. Jamie Noble. That's right. Yes, Jamie Noble. He's more influential than the Wise Man. I would put him at such level. Jamie Noble, by God. That southern voice. I remember one time, Brown, what are you doing, Brown? Brown, don't do that. Brown, don't do that. Brown, did I just tell you not to do that? And I went, I want Jamie Noble in every scene possible. I don't care how it happens. Make it happen. Brown. But yeah, what did you think about the promo about because look, man, Cody brought it. It's like this. They both brought it out of each other. It was a great promo. But what did you think about the Seth and Cody one?
Listen, it was very enjoyable. Like I said, the whole line about the corporate thing really threw me because I'm like, he's the more corporate guy here. Like, in fact, Seth, you were once a corporate champion. You were so, and now you're out here dressing like you just like the budget is you have like a black card. You just go to you're just making stuff up at this point.
It's like how many? Look, Elton John, could you please stop changing clothes so much?
Oh, I think both could be a part. Yeah.
I agree. Bully would.
Bully. Yes. Oh, bring back Nydia. I know who you're talking about. To distract Jamie, son of a few. I swear.
You telling me I can have Jamie Noble versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania? I'll do it. I don't care about Braun Strowman. I want Braun Breaker to have a feud with Jamie Noble. But Braun Strowman, that Braun, he did. He's like, Braun, don't do that now, Braun. Braun.
Bro, hey, that's my lady. Hey, let me talk to her.
Let me see if the spark's still there. Jamie Noble.
Like, hi, I got me a corporate job. Like, oh, damn.
I'm bona fide.
I'm a bona fide. In fact, they call me backstage bona fide Jamie. Nobody called you that.
Nobody calls him that.
I say in the mirror every time I put on my jacket. And nothing else. Whoa.
Until Hunter says, now put the pants on now.
Yeah. You can take the man out of the country, but not the country out of the man. That's I still got my tights on in the back. Let's go. You need a jobber.
Yeah, tights on
it's rippable pants. I'm like, wait, what? I can still go. Yeah, so yeah, my God.
I love Jamie Noble. I do.
Nicholas has He can help Noble. Jesus Christ.
That would be great. Nicholas needs to come back. Braun, let's
Hey,
redo the
Braun.
team.
Braun, let's run it back. What?
We got unfinished business. I want those tag belts. Let's finish our story.
Wait, there was a story?
That was a Vince McMahon fever dream. What are you talking about?
Are you guys smoking what the Rock had here earlier? What do we do?
Man, Rock shows up one time and everyone's high, apparently.
All these empty bottles of terramana and smells of the devil's lettuce.
Kane always had favorite of
I just I love corporate Kane. Him, yeah.
I know, because it was always perfect. Noble and Mercury, and then Kane.
Yeah. This feels right. This feels right.
You know what? I was more afraid of Jamie Noble than I was Kane.
I liked when he was corporate Kane and R-Truth came out, thinking he was in a match, and then Kane was like, "You're not even in this match." And he was in the ring. I think Dolph Ziggler and Roman Reigns were in the ring.
I remember one time he was in the Rumble and he pulled out a ladder.
Yeah. Like, what do you do? And then he runs out to the women's Rumble. Like, what are you doing?
Where are all the guys at?
And so Valhalla, you are in. You are. As they have Braun Strowman join the Wyatt Six as Country Parade wearing a cowboy hat and talks in riddles like we're. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that would be a little pushing it, especially if Braun wasn't wrestling on SmackDown as Braun. I would be like, I could see that being worth a shot. But he's been working with Jake. Like, I just could see Jacob going, "Stop with the riddles." Ha-ha!
Stop with that hickory dickory dock stuff. Wait, what?
Still has all these.
Loser.
Louisiana Night killed me. That and tagging Miz.
And the Miz going.
R-Truth. Yep. I mean, look. Some people lose it, but hey, it is what it is. Braun being an 81 in the newest.
And then R-Truth. Then he posted talking about, "I'll be at Toronto, Ontario." He's like, "I'll be in Toronto, Ontario, Canada." I'm like, "No, in California." He said, "I'll see you in Toronto," or something like that. Toronto, Ontario, California. Oh my god!
Oh, he'll do it. I remember one time.
Yeah, remember when he was in
the lengths this man goes to protect the gimmick.
You want to talk about commitment? That's R-Truth. That's pure commitment.
Oh, my bad.
My bad. You're not even in this match. Oh, you guys have a good night, and then you. Oh my god.
So the promo. Let's talk about that because if not, we're never gonna get done. I'll give Ladarius a minute to breathe.
I'm good.
I think though the promo hit where it needed to. I know people are. It's like this. We're really not going to know anything until you get to the chamber this Saturday. So, but obviously, hold on. We got K Quick, Ron Killings, whatever he's
right. Yeah. Whatever you call him, go.
This made me laugh when he went to dap up Mello and said he's going to be called Ms. Mello.
Listen, Miz, wrong month. You got to wait till March. Wait till March.
There's Ladarius. I knew that was coming.
Wait till March. I keep telling you, if people would learn patience.
Miz. You don't like that one?
Listen, if Carmelo doesn't like it, then clearly I don't like it either for the obvious reason.
I don't like it either. I was just cracking up at the. It's like I really wondered how hard was it for Melo not to laugh, because I know there were a couple of moments he about cracked. It's hard, man. Truth really does work hard on popping people. It's like I just
like him and Santino, like my meatballs, like.
All right, so
Oh
look,
my god.
so it looks like Jey Uso may be getting into it with Grayson Waller or Austin Theory. We don't know, but of course they were talking their smack, big whoop, and then let's see,
Melodome. You know what? I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, no, and I kind of dig it, and not only that, it actually would help Carmelo for a bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, tag along with Miz, and then when the time's right, break off and do your own thing. But right now, being in a tag team wouldn't be a bad idea because
Yeah.
we're gonna split tag teams anyway eventually.
Yeah.
So now let's see. So we already know that Rhea is going to go against Io for the women's title next week. The War Raiders and the Creeds are going at it for the tag titles. And then the women's tag match. Bro, this tag match was bananas. I mean, it really was. The false finishes we got, the goofy interference at some points. But what did you think about the match?
Listen, it was chaos, but I was okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
And even I'm okay. Listen, I'll say this one more time. It's like there's no calendar in that whole company. But I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, you did bring that up. You did.
Look, I'm not mad at it because I like Liv and Raquel. But I'm like, listen, hey, what are they doing a Black History? No, they knew we weren't gonna take it. So they said, why waste production value? They knew. The MLK thing was the closest thing we were ever gonna get. That was it. Because after that, it was all whatever, all uphill, downhill from there. But to me, now, to me, that match covered two things. I think we're going to get more progression in the Bianca storyline.
Yeah.
And number two, it's like it's not the worst thing in the world to put the tag belts on Liv and Raquel. It's not the worst thing. So I believe now they're 3-time women's champion, women's tag team champion. And for Raquel, I think if you count, because I was talking, if you count when I think she teamed with Dakota, so this is like number 4 for her. No, I think she teamed with somebody else, so it might be her 5th if you count NXT. But the point is, it was a great match, a lot of chaos, but it was good chaos. Dom trying to come out there, be the hero, a couple of close calls. And the ending was great. And hopefully, like I said, we're going to see now. I think that was done to progress the storyline. I really do, because to me, it didn't make any sense to keep the belts on Bianca and Naomi if we're going to progress on with the Jade storyline. Because I believe that if it goes the way that we think it's going, you don't necessarily need the tag belt. So give them to Liv and Raquel, and see where we go from there. Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing more. Probably more female tag teams progress, and we'll just kind of see where it goes from there. So,
yeah, I'm not against the women teaming up. I like the women's tag team titles. I think it works. All right. And looks like Larry's going to be out for a little bit, so we'll just give him a second. But the women's tag titles, I think the match itself, besides the, doing it on Black History Month, let's just keep it real. But also, I think it was the right time to beat the tag team champs. My favorite part, I'm going to say, was this. It was fine. The lead up was funny because it said, "Who attacked Jade?" And hold on, let's see here. I have a question. Where do we go with Rhea on Raw? If she beats Io, does she go because Liv and Raquel are a tag team and the other women on Raw fighting for the mid? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. All right, I'm gonna answer that soon. I think Liv and Raquel played this role perfectly because right before the interview, they said they weren't involved with Jade. And of course, we had that wonderful video package. Who?
Oh man.
Like, my lord. Third time tag champs for Liv.
Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you, Devin, because I was trying to clear that up. Yeah, Aaliyah. I remember for that brief time, Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Devin, because I knew it was 3 for Liv. Yeah, and I remember with Dakota it was twice. Mm-hmm. That's why I said 5. And I said, and then and the thing is, I was talking about this with someone because they brought up the same thing, and I said, and I forgot about. I remember Aaliyah then and forgot now. It's the pressure here. It's the pressure. But like, congrats to 6-time tag team champion Raquel. She has just as many tag team title reigns as Jordan has rings. So that's
pretty
take it as you will, Puff.
Mm-hmm. So all right, let's go here. We had John ask a question about where will Rhea go with Raw if she beats Io? Where does she go because Liv and Raquel are tag team? And on Raw, let's just go ahead and do this. We are now done with Raw. And before we go to NXT, Elimination Chamber. One match is going to be Rock gets his answer from Cody about his soul. And then I guess we'll hopefully have a definite or someone can give Rock a definition of corporate champion because that is what Cody is now. So, now look, if he shows up and if Cody accepts, does Cody get Samoan tattoos and is labeled and has like the Brahma bull on his like pec area, kind of like, to honor the Rock? Because that'd be kind of cool. I would be down for that.
It's a real slippery slope.
Yeah, I know, but still, look, the Rock's the one that started the slippery slope. I didn't.
Oh no.
Cody starts doing it. All right. Then we have Tiffy and Trishy versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, aka Tiffany Stratton, Trish. Look, they're going to Toronto. Vince McMahon's not booking this, so that means I'm going with Tiffy and Trishy. What say you?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, the hometown pop. Yeah, I think that's the more likely outcome.
And for Canadians that want to just enjoy the fact that you're just going to see a brawl, unsanctioned match, so it really doesn't exist. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. You could go a lot of different ways. What say you?
I mean, they. I'm going to say Kevin. All right.
If I have to pick a winner, I will say Kevin, but I kind of feel like it's going to be either a double finish or Kevin is going to do something and Randy Orton takes him out.
Yeah.
Because eventually Randy has to show up eventually. So I'm intrigued by that. Let's talk about it. The Women's Elimination Chamber. We have Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. Who we got in there? Who's winning it?
Oh yeah, all of SummerSlam 2002. Good call, Devin.
Mm-hmm. That was a good SummerSlam too.
Yeah. I was a freshman in high school, so that's how old I am. So.
And then here I am going, dude. I was working. I think I had to work that night.
I was watching the show. Where was he?
2002. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Are you sure we weren't saying 2020? All right.
Oh, Devin, you know what? Okay, get that comment.
I think wow, I was 5. All right, Devin, stop.
All right, Devin. Jesus.
Devin, if that's your real name.
Is that an alias? Did you be alias? I know what I said. I know.
Now we're gonna sound like R-Truth. Okay,
Alias. Let's see. I think, man, a part of me still feels Liv, but I would not be. Ooh, this is tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is hard because I would have said Liv had they not won the tag titles. I would have said Liv easily, but I feel Jade's coming back. And it's gonna mess with whoever with the perfect, which I think is Bianca, which we both think is Bianca. So if we're doing process of elimination and we're making sense, I'm going to go with. I think Roxanne's gonna feud with Bailey. I'll just throw it out there and see where it goes. I'm gonna go Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
I'm just doing the process of elimination situation. To me, my math is not everybody else's math, but because it feels like everybody else, there's a path to WrestleMania that doesn't necessarily require the Elimination Chamber. When I look at it, like the only one that could potentially that may need to win to get to WrestleMania is Alexa Bliss. Okay. So that's my guesstimation.
All right. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna go Liv. I think Liv wins it. I think
you got his water pistols out.
Yeah. Bang 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 bang. Yeah, pew pew. But yeah, Liv Morgan is gonna win the chamber. I know that's crazy talk. And they could really go ahead and just go full. See, my thing is this: I don't think you want to go Rhea and Bianca just yet because that's a WrestleMania main event.
Right. See, that's what made me eliminate Bianca because I think they're just setting up something potentially with her and Jade. Nail. So I think they're saving that. You can save that for you can save that. You don't necessarily need that now. So, but like I like your Liv pick though.
Yeah, I think Liv because I just think when it comes to Jade, I think Jade's showing up and it's gonna stun, or we may see the reveal and it's showing Bianca and Naomi a part of it, and then we get through all the nitty gritty, who did what, and all that. We get, I did it for the Bianca, but I think you're gonna see it. All right. I think Bailey and Roxanne are gonna wash themselves up, so that's gonna be the next one. So, and Alexa Bliss is. I actually have Alexa as one of my finalists. I think her and Liv are gonna end it. In the match. So your pick of Alexa is not that far off because I was close, but I think you're gonna go with. I think you wouldn't be in the wrong spot, and not only that, I don't think Io and Rhea are gonna have a finish on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
I can see it going, and maybe you feel the same. I can see this being a triple threat, and if you need someone that actually has history with both. I would easily could see Liv being that person. Like I said, Bianca's perfect, but the thing is, I think you want Bianca and Rhea as a standalone main event. And
because we got to because we got to remember that I think it was because I think Rhea was injured. We were going to get that match, but I think Rhea got injured, and we never got it. So I think they're saving that potentially for next year or maybe for Summers. I don't know for SummerSlam when they're saving it, but it's a main event match no matter what pay-per-view you put it on or PLE you put it on.
Exactly. I just think if you're going to do that match, you want to get the most eyeballs for that match, for that, and honestly, you should have it as a main event. that needs to be a main event. Those two
Yeah.
women deserve that. So, and look, Roxanne. Look, I don't think nothing bad about Roxanne. I think she's going to be great. I just think she's going to establish that mid card title, and she's going to make that Intercontinental title stand alone.
Yeah.
So just give it time. Don't worry, Roxanne's going to. And by the way, this woman lasted the longest at the Rumble. She's going to have a good showing. I could see that happening. By the way, does the Wyatts help Alexa at the Chamber? That we get Alexa joining the Wyatt. I think the Wyatts will play a hand, or it may happen after the Chamber, because we've been seeing the interruptions and everything with Alexa. But I'm intrigued by it. I think it'll be great. Talking about what's great, NXT, folks. If you ain't watching it on Tuesdays, I don't know what else to tell you, but you need to, because this show has been awesome. I think we are now heading to the right creative, but look, they have shown that they can get people behind. Oh yeah, Asuka comes back and turns on Io during the Raw Championship match, making it. See, that's another thing. So, but I'm just thinking something's going to happen where that match will not have a finish.
Yeah, I think we're on a course for a triple threat match. If we don't know who the third person is going to be, but it's odds on favorite is Liv. Yeah, we get Liv and maybe potentially Io. They run it back, but Asuka's one to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Dre. I really do.
Yeah, NXT. yeah. Folks, we're not going to go match by match because normally we would, but let me put it this way: Katana Chance, or not Katana Chance, but God, the chick that fought Stephanie Vacour.
Carmen Petrovic.
Yes, Petrovic.
We're at the wrestling show. We get our guy. We get mixed up. Carmen's and Katanas
out there.
And I Carmen probably uses the katana when she comes uninjured, so that's where the confusion came.
Yeah, exactly. You see a katana, guess what you're going to say? Katana. And that's not a joke.
Or Cesar.
Yeah, Cesar. Man, I love Stephanie Vacour's entrance. And of course, her gear is amazing. But it was announced her and Julia are going to have a title for title match in 2 weeks at NXT Roadblock at Madison Square Garden. I'm telling you, that should be the main event. I do not care about. It's like, I know we got Moose and Oba. They're probably going to put that as the main, but I prefer that we go Stephanie and Julia. What do you say?
I mean, with Vacour, I went about Vacour versus Julia, I'll talk about the match first.
Yeah,
like Carmen Petrovic, they put on absolutely, and to me, it was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
But but listen, we're gonna get Stephanie Vacour versus Julia.
They are not
and it's
on each other.
Huh? Here's the thing. You could make a strong case that could be a main event. Like you could make a strong case. Like, listen, if y'all ain't watching next, may God have wait. Oh boy, I'm confused, John. If y'all ain't watching NXT, NXT to quote Undertaker, may God have mercy on your soul.
God have mercy on your soul.
Jesus, John.
Well, The Rock is about that now. So
listen, The Rock. You see The Rock at NXT. Give it.
See, this card's gonna be crazy.
Kalima. But I think, listen, what I love about, title versus, somebody's gonna walk out of there with a double champion. Well, let that sink in. Someone's gonna walk out a double champion.
Mm-hmm.
And Craig is absolutely right. That we toss it around, but Julie and Steph, that's a main event. And listen, that main event's literally any other pay-per-view. PLE. Don't be shocked if that's the main event for Roadblock.
It should
Don't do not be absolutely, and the card is already stacked, but don't be shocked because of the stakes of the match. And arguably these two, they're friends, they know each other, the chemistry is there. And I think Jordan ruins it. I can see that, but I think Jordan gets next. That's the way I kind of feel. I think Craig has a very good point.
be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
But
does.
I think whoever wins, I think Jordan Grace is right there, challenging for whichever belt, whether it's the NXT Women's title or the North American title. But listen, that match, if you didn't get goosebumps, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, the women's division of NXT is that deep where you could build a card. Listen, we talked about like the women's evolution. You could build a card, the NXT evolution
Yeah.
of that women's division, and you could book at least 5-6 matches easily. Easily.
Yeah.
And that's how deep that women's division is. It's like I said, I don't know, I don't care what sport it is. If the bench is deep, it's deep. NXT women's division is deep.
Yeah.
It's like find a flaw. Find a flaw. Because you have some that aren't even there, but you don't need them. And then imagine what you're going to see. Imagine what you're going to see on Evolve as well. So that's how deep. Like they say, okay, some of you guys go to Evolve, and it's not even a punishment. That's the kicker. That's the kicker, because that's how good the NXT Women's Division is. If you're not pumped about Julia versus Stephanie Vacour, I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to Carmen putting on a great match, but Julia versus, come on.
Yeah. Look, and not only that, Julia and Steph are going to be stiff as hell. This will be more of a hard-hitting fight than Moose and Obo could be. And I'm not joking. I'm really being honest.
When you see them like go back, oh my god, they hit each other hard, and you can feel it. And it's like I say, this match deserves to be the main event. I'm just going to say that.
And I'm going to say this: this match may be better than Bayley and Sasha, and I want to say the Iron Woman match. Yeah. And I don't care. I could say it because I feel like these two women could bring that out of each other.
I think if you listen, that's to me, when I think of women's NXT matches, I think that wasn't that NXT Takeover? Was that Brooklyn?
Yeah, it was in Brooklyn. Yes.
Yeah, and so it's something about New York. Hey, if the Nets aren't great, listen, the wrestling's great. Boom, boom.
I know this will be in the Knicks' hometown.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's nothing against the Hardys and Fraxium. All right, I think that's going to be really great tag team match.
Yeah.
Because honestly, just bump a feed for the Hardys. That's all you got to do for a while, and don't be surprised. Look, I don't see the one that I'm just really can't wait for is the women's. I think Oba, or whatever title's on the line. If it's NXT title against Oba versus Moose, I'm going Oba. I don't see any belt changing, but the one I can't call is Julia versus Vacour.
Yeah, because
I don't know. I don't know. They booked it to where you got to watch.
It's like if you put this in betting odds terms, it's like betting, it's like by one, like plus or minus 1.5. Like it's a coin flip. You can't go wrong.
Yeah,
it's because like I say, for Moose and Oba, I believe it's the NXT title. Is it the NXT title or is it Moose's title? No, I think it's Oba.
For right now, it's showing NXT title for right now. It could change, but right now it's showing.
Okay, NXT. So John said NXT. Okay, it's the TNA. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Title. Okay,
because TNA world champion is Joe Henry.
Yeah. So okay, because I know that I think they did a good job. Just yeah.
Oba versus Moose should be sponsored by Arby's. No doubt.
Listen. If I'm going to Arby's, hey, let me order that meat mountain. What the hell are you talking about? Listen, let me get that meat mountain. Listen, my buddy Craig said you guys have a meat mountain. So are you calling him a liar? If you're calling my friend a liar, I swear to God, I'm gonna.
Ladarius is very serious about his meat sandwiches. You don't mess with his meat.
I will take your milkshakes and your curly fries, and you better.
They
in what order?
They brought back potato cakes, by the way.
And we'll take them too.
Man, I was happy. I mean, those potato cakes were good too. Oh my!
And God. I will watch you intently as you cook them. Because
God, you don't want that. You don't want that, people. Don't do it. Don't do that to Ladarius. He will watch you.
Get some more roast beef on there. But I said,
yeah.
Look it up. It's real. It's a meat. Oh man.
But yeah, so Oba Femi versus Moose will be good, and if it's the main event, that's fine. I'm just saying. I think if you really want to make a statement, you put those women out there for the main event, and you're not going to look bad.
Exactly. It's because to
me,
because the thing is, it has the most at stake, so it makes sense to me to put that as because someone's going to walk out of Madison Square Garden a double champion.
Yeah, and they both recently won the belts, so it's not like So you can't even use the directive of okay, whoever had it the longest is probably going to lose. You can't even say that
because both are right about the same. Yeah. I mean, Julia a little bit longer, but what is that? It's not by like months. We're talking weeks.
Yeah. So and and of course, there's nothing wrong with the Hardys going against somebody and beating them. I mean, my lord, for the Hardys ovation to come out, that was wild. And by the way, Vic Joseph, you said it was so loud.
Oh no, yeah, he's going to
hear it, and I'm like,
he's going to pull the lever.
Vic, I need to ask you: have you been hanging out with The Rock and his terracotta? Because if so, that's the only way I'm going to let you get by with that.
When Booker T's the voice of reason, that's when you know you screwed up. That's when you.
Oh my God! And I agree with that. And
when Booker's the guy that steps in and says, "Hey man, that's too far," I'm just saying it's time for a reassessment.
I agree. It's time to look in the mirror. You need to really, get yourself back in order. This is the same man that loses his mind when Stephanie does that move with the push-ups. But look, by the way, I love that move, Stephanie. Keep doing it, baby girl. All right. And by the way, she did. She sang a version of Shaggy's "Bombastic." Go look it up on TikTok. It was.
You won't get that anywhere else, folks, but here on this on the other wrestling show, on the Beard Game Wrestling show. I mean, that moved the boom, very fantastic.
All right, look. Yes, I like
Mr.
Shaggy's. That Bombastic CD was really good. All right.
He's probably thinking it wasn't me either, but we can't say that on the show.
Well, Steve Smith is now saying it. Oh,
you see, hey Steve. Hey Steve, if you see the woman you're doing it with husband calling, don't answer the phone.
Oh, man, sir.
You treat that like a bill collector. You let that go to voicemail. All right.
You know what? Anytime I get a phone call, I don't do the following. Maybe I should answer this phone call. No, I don't. I let it go to voicemail.
If it's not in your contacts with the name and the number, you don't answer the phone.
And by the way,
good time.
And by the way, why? First, and the other thing, why are we letting NXT? Why are we on the bus and we got Jada Parker and Keontae Jordan? It looked like it was a school bus, the way that promo was going. and Miss Parker, why are you sitting in the back? You should be sitting in the front. You can sit anywhere you want, Miss Parker.
Listen, hey, where's my camera at? Where is it? Hey, there's no calendar in this company. She sits in the back of the what? So the front of the bus is not good. So y'all basically said what Rosa Parks did wasn't worth it. You know what? Just move on.
I wanted her to. I'm like, what's going? I just saw it again.
You
And I'm
even
going,
in the middle of the bus, you said, "Oh my god, they're doing this at the back of the bus," and they put.
I know. I felt that for you, man. Because
What's
I
the
was
next
watching
match?
going,
What's the next
there.
match? 'Cause I'm getting at. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, how you
Well, we're going
doing,
to talk
love?
about the Juggernaut
Yeah,
and
I'm okay.
Roxanne.
I'm leaving okay.
And I've got to say this,
Listen,
man.
I ain't had my dad hair done since you did it.
We got.
Oh
What
my!
you talking about? You know it.
And then I see Craig. Craig says,
Roxanne.
"But not your heart." Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
You ain't slacking.
Oh, wait, what now? Hold on.
But
Oh,
it is nappy
Ricky
here.
on the side. Got that. And
I
then, oh,
can't
but not your heart.
come.
Yeah.
Now you doing Friday?
Lonnie Jada was on the Misfit.
What time you got? Love?
Yeah, that bus saw no. It was all about.
That sound like
They all sat in the front.
man. Child, go ahead. There ain't nothing wrong with
So
NXT, back of the bus.
I got to go here. I hate to tell people how to dress. I love the Juggernaut. I do. Jugs,
Jugs, not after that.
Yes, we're talking about it, Craig.
I know you're gonna
Look,
have to cut
I
it.
love Jordan Grace. She is amazing. The transformation, she should be proud of it.
Okay,
But
I'll
I
be
have
there
seen
too,
tops
because
like that,
I
and I
got
have
to
seen
take my granddaughter to work.
wardrobe
I gotta be out
malfunctions.
by
What would
12:45
Janet
because I
Jackson
got to
do?
pick up my little rain of terror, my great
And
grand.
my lord, when she goes, I
Yeah.
would have beaten her
But I
up.
trust you. I know
Girl,
I
we're
know
out.
you're gonna hook me
I
up.
couldn't stop laughing when I heard that.
I was. You
But,
still up there at the place up there?
Oh, well, Jordan, take a note from Stephanie. Take a note from Julia. Take a note from Cody. Just button it all up. Make it an effort so they can't see. Trying to help you here, hon. I'm trying to help. But man, the punch she laid on Roxanne was beautiful. So if we get a rematch, please put that in New York. Let's see them do it again in New York this time, not in a small Las Vegas school board, whatever they fought in. What do you think, Ladarius? Oh, you're on mute. That's why I was like wondering. I was like, wait.
Oh no, I'm just shaking my head.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know where to go to address anything because.
Well, look, it's not like I was trying to be, covert with, what happened to her, but I was
No.
just
Listen, you and Covert never fit together. So
yeah, you know that. I'm the
see,
Deadpool.
Craig, you don't help it, Craig. Don't show Craig's comment. Don't put that
Yeah,
out.
okay. Fellas,
No,
like,
you can. I'd let Jordan. What is wrong with you two? You two. And then oh, by the way, are you pay? I gotta pay for this? Well, no.
You just say,
Craig is
damn,
standing.
Craig.
Man.
I don't know who should be more mad, Trick Williams or us after that comment. Or Chris. I feel like Chris just got very disappointed in Craig.
It's like and Chris said, fellas, I missed it about how y'all feeling about Bianca Belair losing the titles. I think is to turn is in. Yeah.
Naomi to turn is in.
Yeah.
We kind of feel the same, but it's more than just Naomi. It's going to be Bianca.
I mean, oh Jesus!
But,
see what you started, CDouble. This is what you started. I'd let Jade punch me. Gee, what is wrong? Come on, Craig. My God.
Craig, look, I'm not asking them to punch me. I'm asking for other things before that, man. Why we got to go to violence?
Listen, I'm afraid to ask what they charge. I'm not even going to ask.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, baby. I mean, that's what I do.
I mean, that's how sometimes.
I mean,
all right, Craig. Craig's like,
we're not going to go there.
Craig's like, strong women should be loved too. Craig, no one disagrees,
yes, they are.
but
yes, and
but then to put them hands on you, that's the way.
Look, Jordan Grace is loved by a wonderful indie wrestler named Josh Gresham, and we will not disgrace that man's name.
Craig said he's standing on business. He doesn't care. Craig said, take my credit card, take my wallet. I don't care.
And Jade Cargill is loved by Brandon Phillips. They are happy together. They have children.
Oh
I don't want to mess that up.
Oh, Craig said it's a work. It's a.
Craig's gonna be like, I still want to get beat by them.
You see, Craig says it to work, and he's going online. How much for joining Chris?
Hold on. Craig is the old man in the meme where the big booty's about to sit on him, and he's like,
Oh, well, and then here goes Chris. Lola likes to hit me with that little corner move. What have we done? What have we
Guys,
done?
we are reducing ourselves to. George said she was the jugger. Not. I mean, she's not wrong.
Oh wait, so Craig said Christian and TNA and Brutus would both kick butt. Yeah, that's the triple threat match we all want to see. Who's
I'm
gonna
booking
win?
that at Stand and Deliver. Gresham, Phillips, Craig.
Craig, training starts in 2 weeks, pal. I'll be there.
Me and Ladarius will be your trainers. We'll get Jerry to help us too.
Oh, we can get Trick Jerry. Hey, Jerry, this is your big moment. Why don't you just?
Hey, that's what we would try to do too. But we don't kill Craig. But all right. And then of course we got Trick Williams all pissed off about life.
Listen, I don't. Oh, I was hacked to change my password. Nah, Chris. Nah. I mean, I'm totally eating
that.
What? Oh my god. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you got to get that two-factor that authentication. You got to get that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to do the exclamation point somehow.
Yeah, you make it alphanumeric, so that's how you. Yeah.
Thank God for Ricky Saints, because at least he asked the question that everyone needs to ask. Why is everyone so mad here?
Right, it's either mad or just turned on. We don't know. Jeez.
Y'all mad at everybody every time?
Right. Oh, these guys mad at everybody. Like, he's right. They're always pissed. I'm like, what are they happy about? They're happy about nothing. That's the problem.
It's almost like you want to look at it. Look, you little kids, you're in Florida. You should be happy. Oh, we're in Cincinnati. Okay, besides that.
Okay, you guys are right. Okay,
yeah.
Point made.
I'd be pissed if I lived in Cincinnati. Okay, also, one of the best introductions. Let's give it up. My man, freaking Santino Marella came out last night to announce the tag team title match with the Hard Boys and the Fax Guys.
Correct. No Saints on this show tonight. Yeah, you're right. Ain't no
Got
Saints
that right. We're none of us are Saints.
Man, I think the tag team. I think you and Chris, the tag team, it's the center.
We're all a bunch of heels.
Man, I'm afraid to say my thought. I'm not gonna say nothing about JC Jane because I'm trying to be professional here.
Yes, same here. I will not speak ill will or vulgar about Stephanie Vacour or Rhea because, anyway. And
too late.
Walks in.
Your eyes gave it away. He thought.
Hold on, Mr. Bombastic.
You see, Shaggy, stop saying that, man.
I can't help it. Can't believe WWE's calling Ricky Saints as the Saints football team. My God, I'm sorry for being named after. Dude, it could have been worse. He could have been named Ricky Falcon, but we're not going to go there, okay?
I mean, Ricky Falcon sounds like a name for something else, but we're not going to get into that.
Yes, that may be a Steve Smith movie. That would be
starring Ricky Falcon.
Ricky Falcon.
And Jonah Hill as the husband.
You brought Jonah Hill with it. But yeah, Santino Marella. Look, I look. We gotta look. I want more Santino. Santino needs to show up at Raw. He needs to show up at SmackDown. I want Santino and Jamie Noble to be a tag team together.
Oh my God!
Be in a meeting together.
If you like, oh man,
like Adam Pearce, like I can't even speak your dialect, so I got the expert speaker, Jamie. Hey, how you doing, Santino?
I speak your language. How are you doing?
In Santinoese.
Oh my God, it is a real thing. Craig, shout out to Craig. He just sent me the thing. He sent me it's a real thing, a Arby's Meat Mountain. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know it is. I just,
I didn't know. That's why
I've never ordered it. It's one of those you see it, but you don't go, because deep down, if you order it, you kind of have to ask yourself the question.
Let's see.
If I eat this,
Jesus
or if I try to
Christ.
get two. That's my spirit moment. Party boys, NXT tripped me out. Yeah. Oh God, did they ever?
See that you got it
back
right
and
back.
watch NXT
Yeah,
last
he
night.
said. Yeah, he's.
Dude, when he said Ava's name wrong, I died. Dude, that's why I said I'm a
Abba. I'm like Abba. Who the f is Abba?
Abba. I thought,
You mean
I'm like,
Abba?
Abba?
Wait.
I thought he said Abba, and when when I thought of it, I was like, oh God, he had to come up with something to say her name wrong. And that's the beauty of Santino. You know, meatballs. Just remember that. Oh my God, I'm just dying. That's what I'm saying. NXT, they bring. I get more laughs, like the Don family, or D'Angelo family. They're at the spaghetti restaurant, and I'm going. They're being all role playing, and I'm just going. This is so bad. This is so horrible. But yet I am enjoying the fact that they're this loyal to this gimmick.
You know what? He calls first class fish clash instead.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have a heart.
This is miserable.
And here's what I'm gonna say: if you do not use these people, at least let them go to NXT to work with the young folks, because Chelsea Green, Piper Niven are killing it with this gimmick. I know people don't like her with the title, but my thing is this: she's hilarious. She is very funny.
Listen, I'll say this. Listen, Slidge and P. That's all I'm gonna do.
I hear you. And I'm looking at that Zarya, and I'm going, she could hurt me. I know now.
I'm CDouble. Hi, I'm CDouble. Here's me leave this imagination. Not.
Who's Randy Orton ripped on, by the way? Sorry, I'm casual, but I'm working on it. All right, Randy has been taken out by Kevin Owens, Chris. We're going to help you out.
Who's this Randy? I guess he's saying, who's this Randy Orton ripoff?
Oh, the Randy Orton ripoff. Oh, yeah, that's homeboy Matt, or not Matt Bourne, but what's his name? Is it Bourne? Matt? I don't think it's Matt Bourne. The deaf guy.
Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne, that's his name. And yes, he does look like Randy, but here's the thing. He comes from the No Quarter Catch crew, but here's the crazy part. He's deaf. But he's a pretty good wrestler. I mean, they working with him, and he's
and Big Justin's going to get suspended, so you might see Corey Graves and Booker T on commentary.
Oh my God, yeah. After that, that was so funny. Even he could hear it. Bruh.
You see when Booker T's like, man, it's too hard to do, bro.
When Booker T was like, yo, I'm like going, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Book. Get him, Book. Normally I'm on Vic, but you know what? Vic gave Brock his soul, apparently, because he had no problem saying that. Wow. Yeah. Deaf. Yeah, he's deaf. He can't hear shit.
And we're done. Good night, everybody.
So we got Aba. All right, so let's talk about the main event. And if you didn't see the entrance, go check it out. I got to go here. I know I've been a hater on Death Rebel. But
right, Chris. Right, Chris. Right,
no,
yeah.
Wait,
LOL.
Am I being judged now? C-Dub. You know what?
Yeah.
Look, you still love me. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, how am I doing? Am I doing okay, Chris? Am I doing it? I try to, I value your opinion, Chris. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead with the Death Rebel.
We should watch. If we don't do a live stream of watch, and I know we don't really want to do live stream of us reacting, but we should watch at least the chamber. We need to invite Chris to watch one with us.
Yeah, we should. Chris, the stand-up job as always, sir. That Chris is absolutely going places. Let me tell you right now.
He is. A1, what are you doing Saturday?
watching Lola Vice highlights.
Who is watching Little Voice? My God, oh Lord.
It's
I mean,
bookmarked on it.
yeah. I mean, but no, if you'd like, we need to get together and watch. It's troublemaking over there. CDouble, CDouble, check out your Jim Cornette. He calls John Moxley Dick Boozer. Yeah, or not. It says Bowser, but I know what he's saying, Boozer, because it's Boozer. Because I've seen it on signs lately. It's made it on TV, which is hilarious. I have to admit, Jim Cornette is funny. Oh, he is, and he is unmercifully on the plumber, and that's what he calls Moxley is the plumber. Oh my God! I mean, as CM Punk would say, "Where's the lie?" But yeah, the music. But my lord, when they brought out Ricky Starks,
Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints.
oh, Ricky States. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it a couple of times. What time? I believe the show starts at 6, so maybe 7. So or let's see, because right now I have a show card, but it's for my show card showing for Roadblock, which is they're saying 5 o'clock on Saturday. So let's see. Let's see. Chamber usually starts around. Yeah, and that Ricky Starks music, man, my God, they play that perfectly.
See, just remember Ricky Saints like after the Saints.
Ricky
Oh, okay,
Saints.
Sean. Jesus.
You know what? Look, I like Ricky Saints. I do. I do like the Saints because the name Ricky Saints. I got to make sure I
Yeah.
say it like that because
Favorite
somebody might
Rick,
take it personal.
listen, favorite Ricky Saints, Ricky Bobby,
Rick Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat, and Ricky Spanish. Just all.
And Ricky Mexico. Oh, wait a minute. That was Ron Mexico.
We're so professional. We know all the names. Sometimes we say what they don't mean.
So, yes, Ricky Saints has the gold, the black look. I like it. For a first impression, I enjoyed it. What did you think about Ricky Saints?
Listen, if you never saw him fight before, that's what you get. You get a guy, sky's the absolute limit. And like I said, Cody Rhodes gave one of the more perfect, like if you've never seen Barry Windham, like just natural, it just comes, it just flows. That's Ricky Saints. And listen, he's going to fit in just fine. And listen, I'm just excited. Listen, NXT, and I put this tweet up, whether you're a WWE fan, TNA fan, or whatever, just it's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Because to see Ricky Saints go elsewhere, and he's gonna do it. And then you look at the way NXT Roadblock is stacked, it could be a low key WrestleMania Night 1 card. Like that's how good it is. And we're getting that at NXT, and they're getting it at Madison Square Garden. The mecca for WWE in the Madison Square Garden, it just connects. It's going to be great. Ricky Saints is going to be great. So I'm just so excited, to see him get this opportunity and just see where he goes.
I'm going to tell you right now. I really feel like you could put Oba versus Ricky at Stand and Deliver.
You could
be upset.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Don't be shocked if they do it. Because listen, respectfully, who else is left for Oba to face?
Yeah.
So, and then the Tony Khan.
We're getting there. Don't worry, we didn't forget.
Fun fact: Tony Khan was crying.
We're gonna give you a live look in at what Tony Khan was doing as he watched Ricky Saints perform. Tony, are you watching Ricky?
Yeah, he's doing better than when he did your show.
And yes, John. NXT Roadblock is going to be fire. I mean, that Julia and Steph are going to just light it up because they're friends, but I know they're gonna. I have seen it where guys are friends, but they have that perfect face heel dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And if you let them go, oh my god, you have to look and go, are y'all really friends, or are y'all just BSing us? Because right now, y'all are doing way too much to yourselves that you never
Right.
let someone do. But yeah, I could that match. I am so excited. Like I said, I got high expectations for that match, and I gotta tell you, the compliment that Ricky got from Cody spoke volumes. Because it's not just Cody knowing wrestling, but seeing that ability in somebody. And I enjoy just seeing Ricky. What I love about Ricky is the charisma. It's that emotion. You feel it. You felt it in AEW. You felt it when he was in NWA. He always was that guy. So and yeah, the crowd was chanting. It was during the commercial break, but they were chanting Tony Fumble. And then at the end of the show, they were chanting it even louder. And yeah, give them like I said, John. I'd give him the main event spot. I would if I'm HBK, if I'm Heartbreak, I go, just take it out. It's New York City. Put on a show. Because see, with two big guys wrestling, you'll get a good match, but I don't know if you're going to get a good match where it's going to be long. But you get those two women, with her lucha style, with the Japan style, oh my god! And I already said Stephanie Vacour is one of the most God-given natural luchador women I've ever seen. Like she can make her home on the top rope. It's just a thing of beauty. So, but yeah, man, I love that comment. I thought the comment about Ricky was perfectly said, and you know, 14-year veteran. You've had this kind of star power in your locker room and didn't yet put him out there. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. So Tony Khan, yeah, you fumbled, bro. What say you, Ladarius?
Look, you know, it's like this. There's some things where it's just common sense, and you should see it.
Mm-hmm.
But some folks don't have common sense, and Tony Khan's one of them.
Yeah.
How do you leave a guy like Ricky Sage sitting at home, and you have nothing for him, and yet look at your main event scene now, and you're telling me that you could have put him as the guy to push as a potential world champion? It's if you're Tony, listen, whether it's with Ricky Sage, whether it's with Miro or Out, like how do you screw that up? Like how did you screw up Penta? It's like I understand you can't get everybody to push in the, but here's the problem: if you can't, when you have Tony Khan books for other people,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't book for the fans, and you shouldn't book for. But it's like this: if you're gonna book, stop worrying about what's the best. You book the people who have earned the right to be there. And Ricky, when he was there, when Ricky Starks was there, and you're telling me he wasn't a world champion, if you're telling me you got like Miro, like the best you could do was what, the TNT title,
Mm-hmm.
that was the best you could do, and then you throw in Aleister Black, like what are we doing here? Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
And to Craig's point, Ricky Starks is going to get that LA Knight-esque push somewhere down the line. It's just at the end of the day, I just find it hard to believe that we'll look at AEW. Well, why are they the way they are? Go look at NXT and see how he books. He books the he doesn't book common sense. He books like John said, like I would say for sickos, he just books for other people, i.e. Dave Meltzer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, what would Dave think of this match? No, my guy, think about what's the best match for your business. That's how you should book. You make decisions what's best for business.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about one old guy whose office looks like a mess. Looked the same way since Reagan was president. Like, well, come on.
He has an old 80s, 90s phone that he's talking
Right, this
from.
guy has a rotary phone still somewhere in it. Like, he probably still has dial-up. So what are we doing here? Like,
Mhm.
how do you screw up a guy like as young as he is, as talent was there? How do you screw that up?
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, why are you guys hard on AEW? Well, that's why. I'm not saying WWE hasn't. They've done it too. Like, listen,
Yeah.
I've said, listen, they screwed up with Tony Storm. They screwed up big time.
And we've talked about the women, you know, what you need to do about the women with their
Yeah.
voicing their frustration. If they're voicing it, you need to do something to work
Yeah.
with them.
Don't think Hunter is not listening to it. He's listening.
Mhm.
So, like, I'll just say this to put a button on it. Tony Khan's watching how to book stars, how you book talent. He should be taking notes from Sean, from HBK and Triple. He should be taking notes. Period.
All right. I just didn't want to interrupt you. If I did, I apologize. So, because I don't like doing that. TK books for Uncle Dave because Uncle Dave praises everything he does.
Because he
Tony
was a
doesn't book.
junior
Yeah.
editor for. Yeah, get the hell out.
Yep, our guy Albert. And by the way, Albert, if you ever watch this, man, we'd love to have you on. Oh my God, just talk wrestling. Because look, I'm with you, and you know, what was it? That guy from Pro Wrestling Bits. He actually was talking about how he likes to see the black wrestlers being wrestle and being able to be used more. And if they're more, he has no problem. I don't have no problem with it. I love it. If you're talented, if you have charisma, you know how to wrestle. I'm watching. You don't have to make a quota. For me, I'm watching regardless. You know. Now AEW, I'm bored to tears because it's just match after match after match, and there's no story. There's nothing to make you hooked on anything. But man, I just think about Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints, and I'm just going, you know, he's going to get this name over. He's going to get everything over. That's why I think he had no problem going to a different name. I truly believe that was the number one reason. And then I really like the fact that, yeah, he's putting it on him to be that person. But Tony Khan, not only did you go Shane McMahon, all right, and look, the offer, whatever it was, I don't know if this is true, but if he wanted what he wanted, it's called negotiation, pal. You're negotiating. Start off crazy and work your way into a legit deal if you're serious. But if you're not serious, don't waste people's time. And I'm looking at people like Britt Baker. You know, here we go. Got one here. Britt Baker, TK isn't even using her after her contract expires. She's going to WWE. She's going to TNA or New Japan. Honestly, I could see Britt Baker going to TNA. I actually could see that. You know, her and Tessa could team up or fight each other to see who could be the top. But I'll tell you what, by the way, TNA, the more this is successful with AEW or WWE, NXT, and you guys, I know they haven't said nothing about the Tessa Blanchard race or being, you know, basically the fans calling her a racist. That's going to have to be addressed eventually. Because before it was the people are speaking. Now you're going to have to answer a question of, are you, if you're not if you're not against it, are you for it? Are you okay with it? And then you got to answer the other question. You know, you're working with WWE, NXT, CW. Tessa Blanchard will not be on that channel.
No.
So, yeah, stay away from Tessa. She has nuclear heat. I agree. And I'm just saying. So, what I'm doing is I'm saying every organization has things you could talk about. But for AEW, NXT just did 7,999,000 viewers. And I'm telling you, that show was great to watch. It was fun. People came to watch that show. It was in Cincinnati. You know, the same place you were at. The same location where it sounded like crickets. So get into some storylines, build some guys. You know, instead of giving Copeland an opportunity to win a title, how about we just focus on Hangman Page? I would be cool with that. I think Hangman versus MJF needs to be the rivalry that helps AEW, but it's more than that. You need to do better afterwards. So, but that's just my thoughts on that. I'm sorry I got a little long. I didn't mean to. Let's go ahead and plug our stuff. All right. Well, Darius,
we didn't answer the question from earlier. The
Oh
sports
yeah, the
PSP.
dream match. Thank
Yeah.
you. I almost forgot about that. Let's go back to it. Let me go back. It was from Sports
PSP.
PSP, I believe. Man, it was a while. Man, you guys keep it. What I love about it is we get comments and they are flying through. That's what makes this show fun, because I was trying to get done before 7, but you know, it happens. I never mind. Here we go. Here we go. Which wrestling dream match would you want to see? Ooh. All right. So, oh. Well, let's just have fun with it. Let's just book it for a WrestleMania. Okay.
I'm booking
there
mine for
is-
SummerSlam because I like to wear my shades.
Okay. Okay. So, what is your dream event and dream match that you want to? Where do you want your dream match to be in? And then, what's your dream match or matches?
To me, I lean toward either SummerSlam or WrestleMania.
Okay.
I'm going to do a women's match.
Okay.
I would love to have seen China versus Beth Phoenix.
Ooh, I like that one.
And another one, and this is, to me, I know it sounds, I don't know, it's Seth Rollins versus HBK. And you could book that, you could put that at WrestleMania. So those are my two that come to my head.
I would not be mad at those matches, by the way. Man, HBK versus that's okay. Okay, all right. Well, I got a couple. I definitely have I want to do. So I'll do what you just did. I'm gonna do. Hold on. Ratings don't matter. AEW gets 5 stars. Oh yeah. We know about those 5 stars. They're like toilet paper. What's the dream match? I would like to see Britt versus Charlotte. I think those two could tear the house down. Or Tessa versus Rhea, if Tessa would apologize.
Well, I bet it's never going to happen.
Yeah, that
Never.
ain't. All right. I'm actually going to do one that's modern right now because I would love to see this match. I want to see Jordan Grace versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. I want to see who's the true strongest woman in the WWE. It would be WWE Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. That's kind of how I'm framing that. And it would be in a WrestleMania environment. And yeah, I would give Jordan Grace main event because, got to be nice to the Juggernaut. I didn't say the other way that other people were saying it earlier. All right. Men's, okay. I'm going to have a fantasy one, and then I'm going to have one that's more close to home type deal. Because I just feel like I need to. Did someone just do what I think they did? Damian Sandow versus LA Knight versus Joe Henry just for the promos. Oh my God. You know what, Craig? I'm putting that in that card. We're going to put that in the card just for the hell of it. Just so we can have, you know what? Can we have, as long as we can have Joe Henry do a concert on both of them. Aloysius Knight. I know Tessa won't apologize, but hell, I love this.
Yeah, it would be a great match, though. It would.
Oh, Rhea would bring it out of her. And not only that, but Rhea don't play. But let's see. All right. So fantasy match that I wish we could just turn back the hands of time and make it happen. It's Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. I would love to have seen Canada versus US. Or if not Bret, Owen. All right. So in a modern one, let's see. I would love to see, just because I love this man's work, AJ Styles. Because he's wrestled Cody, but I love Cody, but I'm thinking dream match. I'm thinking AJ Styles versus. I want HBK. AJ Styles versus HBK. That would just. I think if you give me that and Kurt Angle and Bret at WrestleMania, whoo, I'm down. And I want Kurt Angle from Crazy Kurt. Joe Henry versus Louisiana Knight. Imagine the promos. Imagine the Po Boys. I want R-Truth and Santino Marella in a spelling bee. But there he is.
I decided to put a button on this show.
Hey, we did it for the people. I did it for the Linaria. I did it for the
Did we though? Did we though? Did we though? Like, did we? I don't know. I don't know. Greg wanted Strowman to punch him in the face, and
he wanted
Chris
Cargill.
wanted,
He wanted Juggernaut to punch him in the face.
Chris wants some Lola Vice, man.
I want Joe Henry versus R-Truth in a sing-off.
But
Look, don't take out Joe Henry now. That man's talented.
Listen, he raps, just can't say that one word. So
yeah. Well,
And we'll be right back with the.
All right. Well, there is. Tell the good people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and TikTok at Ladarius_Brown. You can find me right editor for Beyond Women's Sports. Wrapping up the final week of AU basketball starts tomorrow. I'm debating, but I might go live, like a little live show Friday around 1, probably like 1:30. And we just talk about we're talking about combine, NBA, Major League Baseball, thoughts on that, and then just a little light touching on wrestling. But we covered a lot here today, so it won't be super heavy show. And like you guys always bring it here. You guys bring it there. Just thank you guys in the chat so much. You guys are amazing. C-Dub, you're amazing. Craig, I want to see that Chad Gable versus Prime Kurt Angle. That would be a great match.
Oh yes. Especially like if you could have Kurt like pass on the Olympic kind of weird everything.
Then another match, me versus Eddie Thorpe, and Craig. Craig is my manager, and you're on commentary.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a screw job. We're all taking him out.
Yeah. You can't use a whip. How do you think it feels now? You don't feel so hot now, do you?
There we go. That's the dream match everybody wants to see in New York City.
Yep. Great diversity. Yep.
Exactly. It's going to be the perfect place. So, but yeah, folks, CDouble 28. You can find us here. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be at 10:15. We're going to, or probably 10:30. That may be nice. But we're going to be talking to Scouting Combine. Got to talk about Raheem Morris and his tale of lies, and Terry Fontenot and his lies. And we're not talking about Steve Smith because, I'd rather talk about paint drying. And then we'll have what Ladarius is cooking because, we didn't get that and we're going to get it. because I want it. So, and we got a couple of segments where, or we got some topics we're going to be broaching. So come on to the show, watch for the Morning Madness crew invading the Beard Gang show. So we'll have some fun and go from there. And hold on. God, I hate when that sneaks up on me. So yeah, so we'll be on 10:15 in the morning. Please join us. And if you can't watch the show, leave a comment. Tell us what you think. And if you want to be a part of the show, or if you're interested in, watching some wrestling, just let us know. And if you know anybody that wrestles and wants to be interviewed, let us know too, because we would love to interview. Now, we promise we would be on our best behavior, just so people know that too, because we are not going to get in trouble with certain people. So, with that being said, that is my brother from another mother, Mr. Laddie Daddy, Ladarius Brown. I'm C-Dub. Jerry, get better. We can't wait to have you back on next week. And we will be watching Elimination Chamber. And King Morris is Pinocchio every time he lies. No, you're right. He is Pinocchio, but here's the problem. Instead of his nose growing, his mouth runs faster during the lie. Because, my God, he was talking so fast at one point. I'm going, dude, stop. Just stop. Because he's like, yeah, we got to be Baker. And then we got to, our rest of our division is pretty tough too. Because, they're kind of catching up. And I'm like, dude, did you like hang out with The Rock and took some of his Tarek Mana? Because, you need to stop trying hard. That's what I call the Falcons now. We're the try hard franchise. So, yeah, folks, we will definitely talk about it. I will try to attend. Please do, Craig. And appreciate you adding me on X. So, and also CDouble AWTN. So at CDouble AWTN. Add me if you like. Add Ladarius at Ladarius Brown, or at Ladarius_Brown. And guys, thank you all for coming on and joining us for this wonderful show. For me and Ladarius, we're out. Peace.